What's up, party people? What's up? How's it going?
Jump,
everybody?
rejoice.
Raise the roof, y'all.
What?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
What?
I'm here. Thank you for joining us this week. I am your host, Joe Amati, joined by my co-host, my brother, my partner in crime, Jordan Amati. Yeah, you, buddy.
Oh, that's me.
You, buddy.
That's me, dog.
You're the guy I'm
high
referring to. And you know, when you get us two wild and crazy guys together, that makes the giraffe experts.
The giraffe experts.
When you see us two together, then you say.
I watched the Steve Martin movie the other night. I'm glad you referenced it. Yeah. I watched Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. I hadn't seen it in a long time because I have themed movie nights. Me and my boo thing. Yeah. Ever since the quarantine happened, every day has a name. As far as what movie you're gonna watch. Okay. Wednesday's Whack Ass Wednesday.
Whack Ass Wednesday. It has to intentionally bad movie.
It has to be under a 60 on Rotten Tomatoes by both the critics and it's either or but we really want to go for both. Okay. But it gets the slim pickings. But.
Is there anything that is surprisingly good that you thought was gonna be bad?
Well, no. It's like it's one of those things. It's like we just look for. It just makes it easier to pick a movie. Yeah. So it's like we'll watch Joe Dirt. Yeah. On like a Whack Ass Wednesday. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'll watch Pootie Tang. I'll watch I'll watch
Pootie Tang.
I'll watch
Pootie Tang wasn't critically acclaimed?
It was not critically acclaimed.
No, I remember the year it came out. It didn't win an Oscar.
Yeah, it did not.
Best original screenplay.
I think it for best score though. For
best score. Okay.
Here it goes. Oh wait, we might get sued. That hit that Pootie Tang dropped. Yeah. But it's just like it's a reason to find last week, Dead Man on Campus.
Oh, Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Yeah, Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Zach Morris.
Yeah. And dude from American Werewolf in Paris, and nobody's seen him since.
We're 80s babies. We're of that generation where Saved by the Bell defines a lot.
Pause.
What?
Now I'm Zach Morris, and I'm gonna keep talking.
The thing is,
it's like
Joe was making a good point, but the thing about it, it's one of those pop culture hallmarks if you're of that certain age. Yeah. So anything, even Mark Paul Gosselaar is on Mixed This, right?
Yes, he is.
I tuned in for a second.
You gotta support the franchise that is Blackish. Yeah. But have you seen Black AF? Black is F.
I don't know.
On Netflix. It's actually Kenya Burris, the creator of Blackish.
Okay.
But he stars in it, and Rashida Jones is his wife. He said it's pretty much more based off of his relationship with his wife, and like Blackish is kind of I think Blackish is based off the relationship with him and his wife, and this is more based off his relationship with his kids, I think.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I knew the show existed because I saw an interview with Kenya Burris where he was.
But he plays Kenya Burris. Yeah, and he balling and he lets her. It's almost it's more like it's almost like Real Husbands of Hollywood-ish, to where it's like it's that funny because it's just he knows a lot of famous people, so they make their cameos, and it's just like funny interactions with these other famous people, and then but then real life family problems and whatever. But he got like 20 million kids.
Hilarity
ensues, and Rashida Jones, if she's in it. In the comedic role, I'll watch it.
Bad one.
Why not? She bad. Yeah. Shout out to Quincy's daughter. Yeah. All right.
Didn't know she was black first time I saw it. No idea.
Yeah, she was on Boston Public. All right. So what?
She's the type of black girl that if she marries a white guy and then the white guy finds out that she's black and then murders her.
Joe, man, we trying to go viral. We ain't trying to go viral on the murder stuff. It's like now we got 4 more followers because you said murder.
Like
you said murder, Joe. It's like now all the white girls gonna follow us.
It's like you have to disclose that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Rashida just has to disclose.
It's like unless you say in a Ja Rule voice, that it's like then we're creeping in a different genre. All right, okay. All right, Joe. Let's. I guess we gonna go back to some sports.
Football, I guess.
Some football, I guess. Yeah. All right. Well, Sean Lee retired this week, Joe.
Sean Lee.
About time.
Yeah, it's about time.
Yeah,
I think he provided some good depth last year, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, for about half the season. You know what I'm saying? I love the guy.
But it's almost perfect timing, baby. Maybe it's perfect timing.
Yeah, because now they have to draft a linebacker. Yeah, he didn't Jason Witten where it's like it's the day before the draft. I know you got your boards ready. It's like Jason Witten out. It's like, oh, you got Blake Jarwin, he balling out. Jason Witten back. Oh, Martellus Bennett, I will not develop you.
I'm here to deter the growth of anybody.
Straight up. It's like shout out to Jason Witten.
Take some of that shine away. But Sean Lee, a Cowboy,
future Tennessee football head coach,
and he falls into those categories of guys that like if their peak is really high, their peak as a player. Sean Lee is just too many injuries for him.
Yeah, and and the thing is, somebody like him, if he played Like his best football, if he played that way for all 11 years, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
but that's what football is. It's a game. It's a war of attrition.
Attrition, exactly. Yeah. That's why I say he's one of the guys who, if they could have sustained their peak for a longer amount of time, they are definitely Hall of Famers. Yeah. I shout out to Peanut Tillman. That's my guy.
Shout out to Peanut. Now, do you think Sean Lee has a future as a coach?
And to me, we understand he has the acumen for it. So
is it more about the want to?
It's about the want to. Maybe he wants to take some years off.
Maybe he wants to go coach at Penn State.
Yeah,
maybe he wants to. But to me, it's like I think the way that Mike Vrabel went about it was the best way. It's like, I'm a coach college. I'm a coach here. I'm a coach there. I'm going to learn the game. And I'm going to come back. It's like, y'all see me catch touchdowns. Y'all see me get sacks. And now I got this. Like, let's go.
There's a legit, honest way to – I don't want to phrase it like that. But, there's the path. There's the path you're supposed to take.
Like, you respect Mike Vrabel, right? Exactly, it's like I've seen you at Ohio State. I've seen you with the Steelers. It's like it's like
you play your position. Now you want to be a head coach someday. Go and coach your position at a lower level.
Yeah, and and I remember whenever, because I think he was an NFL assistant. Whenever the whole golden pants thing. What was it?
The golden pants thing? I don't know.
The tattoo scandal where everybody was giving up the pins. The golden pins at Ohio State, where everybody got suspended.
The Terrell Pryor thing. Where
everybody's getting free tattoos, and they were giving away different types of memorabilia that they had as Ohio State players. Like at that time, when Luke Fickell took over as head coach from Mr. Vest, Jim Tressel. Yeah, I want to say that's whenever Vrabel, he's like, I'm gonna leave like my NFL coaching position and go help my roommate from college out because we played at Ohio State together. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was some G shit. Like,
we're gonna go try to hold Ohio State.
He's like, we're gonna hold it down, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and to me, it was like, that was like such a G move. I'm like, this dude gonna be a head coach because that was a baller move. It's like Luke Fickell. It's like, we know who you are. It's like, you stay in college, but Mike Vrabel gonna be a head coach.
Shout out to Luke Fickell for how he's built himself up to the head coach he is now. Cincinnati coming off of that great year where they had consideration for being in the playoff consideration-ish type situation. But
it's like what he did when Tressel left, and of course Urban Meyer, if he comes in, that's his job, baby.
And that's the thing is, you see what Fickell did, and then Urban
Meyer but I'm pretty sure that he gave him a big hug and some dap. He's like, yeah, man, you made sure we didn't fall off. I got this. It's like, and he took it and he ran with it. It's like with his players, he started winning immediately. But Urban Meyer does that. All he does is win with other people's players, his own players. It's like until the rest start. Then he dips.
And then we'll see what he does in Jacksonville. It's going to be one of the more interesting.
Jackson Trill.
Yeah, one of the more interesting storylines of the 2021 season. All right.
Is that a segue?
Is that?
Or is this a segue? No. Okay, Joe. All right.
But I just predicted Urban Meyer will be one of the bigger football celebrities in 2020.
Right on. All right, well, nice segue, Job. Now let's go ahead and break the world off, Job. Boom. The first annual alternating mock draft from the draft experts.
Some people just got it.
It's like, you see that? I did that. It's like stains on brains. That's what we do over here. All right, Job.
So who is Urban Meyer going to take with the first pick that the Jacksonville Jaguars?
Young old Urban Meyer. He's been saying it since day one.
Yeah.
So I believe he's lying to everybody. He's going to take Nah, I'm just kidding. He ain't taking no Justin Fields. Everybody know Urban Meyer going with the boy Trevor Lawrence. Let's just go ahead and move past that. We don't need to discuss that. We've known this since even when he showed up at 6'6" and 213 pounds with his frail self. Nobody said a word. Nobody said a word about how skinny this man is.
Let us keep saying Zach Wilson weighs more than Trevor Lawrence.
And he is 4 inches shorter. We're talking about a point guard versus a wing player. A swing man, Joe. We're talking about a guy who I don't ever want to play the two. Like, we're talking about Steph Curry, Michael Jordan, all right? That's the height we talking, right? It's like, but this dude bulked up. You know what I'm saying? He bulked up. He bulked up comparatively speaking. Zach Wilson's an Adonis. Compare.
But Trevor Lawrence will keep getting props for things he has not yet accomplished because we're evaluating him like he's 235 because he'll get there Sunday.
And I want him to be there.
Yeah, and we want him to be there.
It's almost like I want you to take an NFL red shirt. I don't even want to trade Gardner Minshew. I want you to red shirt, baby. What's good?
Because we didn't have a show last week. I don't know if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, Philly, what's up? Nah.
Does that mean anything? The Trevor Lawrence thing where he said I'm not a chip on my shoulder type of guy. Does that have any weight with you? Trevor Lawrence not being motivated by a chip on his shoulder?
No, because I don't believe anybody who says anything like that. I believe everybody. Like, you know, I think it's like, and to me, it's like he's like, oh, it's like my chip on my shoulder doesn't exist yet because, like, he's like, well, it's Justin Fields, but he ain't. It's like, and that was the first time I actually had to deal with him.
Well, that's one thing. Like, it should be Justin Fields.
It's like no, but he's like, I won't give him the satisfaction.
Yeah, because I remember losing to him on the field, but then him still being lowerly ranked than me. You know?
Yeah, it's like, and the thing is, like, he probably has a tremendous amount of respect for Justin Fields.
I'm sure he does.
You know, to where he's just like, I don't want it with him. He's like, but if y'all gonna keep telling me that I'm better than this guy, even though every time we step in the same place, outside of the one time, you know, as sophomores, you know, Trevor Lawrence got the best of it. You know, but you know, Trevor Lawrence also had 2 full seasons of quarterbacking experience at that time, and Justin Fields redeemed himself.
And to me, and that's my only fear, because, you know, I can't be a critic on the surface, but I'm like, maybe he is, everybody's puffing him up too much that he does not know how hard it's going to be yet. Maybe that's my thing.
My whole thing is like, he knows how hard it's going to be.
He knows how hard
it's like he won a championship freshman year. Yeah. It's like, you know, and he came in as the guy, and he did it. Like, you know, I just think... Mentally, I'm not worried about him mentally. Well, no, I'm not worried about him athletically. No, and if he weighed 235, I would be like,
and here's the thing: his comments that he made were actually so mature. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like I'm beyond it. Yeah, but he's like, I'm really not. It's like to me, when he said that, I'm like, you petty as hell. You petty as hell. You got a list. You got. It's like your notes are more than mine in my phone, and I'm 40 years old. I got a whole bunch of notes. It's like I just think I don't believe him. I believe he said it because it's something to say. Like, to where it's like, oh, he's you know, it's cool Trevor. It's sunshine. You know what I'm saying?
To me, so it speaks to being a well-rounded human and having a balanced life, work-life balance.
Or maybe it's even just because my chip got on my shoulder when I won that championship, all right? It's like Jacksonville sucks and they always going to suck. And to me, all I got to do is be better than Mark Brunell. Like,
I don't know. I'm not going to let him off the hook in the sense that I don't think that I'm not going to take his statements as being true. I just don't. I don't doubt that he's going to be successful at all. It doesn't make me doubt that at all. It doesn't make me doubt that whenever he meets some adversity, then he'll be like, oh, now it's real to me, and he'll double down his efforts. But it does speak to me, maybe he doesn't know how, because it's the Andrew Luck thing, right? That's what we're scared of. That's the whole thing.
I think it's different because Andrew Luck went to Stanford. There was no pressure to win. It's like you went to a bowl game. Yeah. It's like John Elway didn't even have like a 500 record, and he was
he came into Clemson. There was a winning program and was kind of.
But he did what he had to do.
He did what he had to do, but
we're talking about a guy who was at least, like, worst case scenario, he was a game away from winning a championship every time. And to me, it's like there's nowhere to go but down from where he was at. And to me, it's like, I don't think that should create a chip on his shoulder. And if it does, I don't think that whether or not he announces it or not, means it's true or not.
But I'm thinking, I know he's Trevor Lawrence, but at this time of the year, we should be saying those things that make us show us in the best light to those talent evaluators.
Don't you remember Aaron Rodgers? Remember why he dropped like a rock? Because he went to San Fran and said, I'm going to be better than Joe Montana and Steve Young.
That's the opposite of this.
No, exactly. Yeah. And it's like, and that's why he dropped. I'm saying it's like, and people are coached to not do what Aaron Rodgers did. Don't you think that an agent would be like, don't do that because everybody knew.
But don't do this. Don't do what Trevor Lawrence did.
Why?
Because
I think you're putting a lot into very little.
Jordan, I'm acting the way that everybody. I'm just commenting the way that the world's been commenting about it. It's worthy of observation. It's worthy of taking a closer look. He's saying these things, and also the people around him are saying these things. He can walk away from the game, and it doesn't mean.
But to me, that like it's like. But is this like a Romo? It's like if the game, if this is the worst moment of my life, then I haven't had a terrible life. That's how I compare it to. I compare it to Romo saying that after that game. I compare it to Eli Manning not caring after like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I compare it to these guys who were great quarterbacks. Yeah. All right, Tony Romo was a good quarterback. Eli Manning won some Super Bowl. To me, it's like, so I'm not like, to me, it's like, I'm as upset with him as I am with those guys in those situations, but that's not enough to be like, I hate this guy I want somebody else over this guy.
I'll say it like this. It's not going to affect my draft rating of him at all, but I think it speaks to more of a naivety than a super maturity, in a sense that, no, if you're playing the game at this point, you say those, you know this is going to rub people the wrong way. He had to come and send out another tweet afterwards to clarify what he said. Why are you putting yourself in a position where you have to correct the statements that you put out? So I attribute it to being more naive than I do.
I consider it to being, it's like, long hair don't care.
No, but he sent out a tweet correcting to qualify.
That's probably somebody said you shouldn't.
Yeah, and you predict the backlash. That's my thing. But it's no way it bears on what I think.
So you're saying that people are putting a lot of talk into it, and you're trying to diffuse it? Is what you're trying to say?
No,
or you're saying there
is observation, like, looking at
where there's smoke. Like
it could. I'm saying we have to ask these questions because of the Andrew Luck situation. Andrew Luck didn't retire because of injury. He retired because I'm tired of being injured. You know what I'm saying? Not because of an acute injury, I'm saying.
But so, to me, I don't have a problem with Andrew Luck retiring. And it's like, I think now in the city of Indianapolis, I can see why they have a problem with him retiring.
But because it's a smart decision. He has a balanced work.
Why do you care so much about your life? Yeah, your life is about my team, the Colts, baby. Like, yeah, and I get what you're saying. It's like in a world where we want these diehard, run through the wall type of people. This is not a statement that you need to be making.
The archetype is what I'm saying. Yeah. And you wouldn't hear those words come out of Tom Brady's mouth, but he has always been the perpetual underdog. So that's the thing is, because Tom Brady always had a chip on his shoulder. It's like he's a freshman at Michigan. He's like, Brian Greasy worse than me. This guy worse than me. This guy worse than me. I'm better than all these guys. Say this thing like Tom Brady wouldn't say those things. But honestly, all I want to hear from
maybe he wasn't coached up enough for that. Because to me, it's like. Because it's like, he's like, well, coming into Clemson, having to replace Deshaun Watson and coming in to compete with Kelly Bryant. And it's like, I at that point in time, if he said something like that, then I felt like I had a goal to accomplish. I wouldn't necessarily. What if he said it's like I had a goal to accomplish? I wouldn't necessarily call it a chip on my shoulder, but I'm like I'm goal oriented, and it's like whenever I see something in front of me, I just go at it. It's not necessarily a chip on my shoulder, but it's like I don't look back. I look forward. Like if he says something like that, would that be like, ooh, snap, 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 snap?
But honestly, like, what I would love to hear from quarterbacks coming in is I want to hear the word Super Bowl come out of your mouth. It's like, my goal is to win a Super Bowl and multiple Super Bowls.
And I think and the problem is that in his mind it's assumed. Yeah. But
and that's
like,
the thing,
he's like, well, all I do is win. Why would I like change my mind now that I'm in the NFL? I don't want to win no games no more.
And that's what it makes me think about. It makes me think about that. Like even a John Elway. John Elway, it took him so long to actually win Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But do you think John Elway coming to Sanford would have been like, I'm not going to win a Super Bowl till I'm in my late 30s? He's like,
no. John Elway said, if I don't go where I'm going to play baseball. Like that's so. So he had the same like halfway in, halfway out type of thing. Like it was different. Yeah. It was more of a flex to where it's like, I'm only going to play football where I want to play football, or I can go play baseball.
And I guess the comparison I'm trying to make is maybe Trevor Lawrence thinks he doesn't have a chip on his shoulder, but let him go 5-6 years and he doesn't see a Super Bowl coming. Like, I think he'll get desperate and then he gets great. You know what I'm saying? Like a John Elway. Like, don't you think he was a one-track type of
to me, maybe it's a Peyton Manning quote, and he said something like that when he came out because there weren't 20 ESPNs and whatever. Because they probably asked him a question about, you never beaten Florida at Tennessee. Do you feel like you have something to prove and a chip on your shoulder? And then Peyton Manning would probably say, "Oh, I don't have a chip on my shoulder." It's like Archie Manning's my dad. Like, it's like this is just my life. Like this.
And I guess also it's the thing where Trevor Lawrence you're amongst this group of quarterbacks this year who have great physical ability. Yeah. To me, like literally, maybe you're head and shoulders above everybody.
Yeah, in a literal sense.
Figuratively, like all these guys are athletically worthy of the number one overall pick. So if we're just trying to look at people's personality types, I want the guy who said Super Bowl in my interviews, like, I want to win multiple Super Bowls. But you're Trevor Lawrence.
And that's the thing. All right, so so you know where I'm coming. Like a champion doesn't have to talk about championships.
Exactly.
That's because that's what I do. Like that's why it's like I'm going to win all because y'all want me to win a Super Bowl. It's like, and I play football to win. Yeah. So it's like for me to say I'm here to win a Super Bowl is like a little bit redundant. Like it's like.
And I don't need him to go into detail. Like if the whole quote was like, I don't have a chip on my shoulder, I'm like, of course you don't have a chip on your shoulder. But he went into detail about it.
If he was quoting like chip on my shoulder, I got older.
Got a chip on my shoulder. Left.
Right. Hey man, he started. I think we can only do like 5 seconds before we get can't have him bleeping us. Okay. It's like bleep us for cuss words.
Not for copyright infringement.
Get it. All right, so we'll get off Trevor Lawrence. Cause all y'all up on him. That's right. But but I'm not a hater. I just want the man to be 235, and then I believe the hype. It's like but
I guess that also played into him. Like Justin Herbert came into.
Justin Herbert was skinnier than you when you went to college.
Maybe you ain't gonna wait like that because you don't love it like that.
And then my thing is like, but it's not fair because he literally. It was like February. It was like your birthday when he's over here doing a pro day, and I ain't never seen a February pro day. I ain't never seen nobody get weighed in like 2 weeks after they played in the game. And I gave him the benefit of the doubt, but I just wanted him to. I want to see how come I know what Devontae Smith weighs at his medical report, but y'all ain't telling me what Trevor Lawrence weighs. Did he not have to show up because it's like, nah, I'm getting married and this and that. It's like I'm Trevor Lawrence. Like sunshine. It's like I got the most beautiful hair. The most beautiful hair.
Stare at my hair. Look at it. Then.
He got that Head and Shoulders coming real quick. Is that gonna be on draft day? We gonna see a Trevor Lawrence Head and Shoulders commercial?
It's probably gonna be somebody on stage from Head and Shoulders.
It's like gets
drafted.
He probably already signed that contract.
Probably.
It's like because I'm pretty sure that the Jaguars wanted to give it to him already.
The most appropriate, the most apropos.
All right, let's move on to the next one. But we just had to talk about Trevor Lawrence, the next great thing, next big thing, just so y'all can know how I feel about the man. If he ends up being hurt and fragile, you heard it here first that the man came in at 6'6", 215.
And no, the scouts let him slide on.
It's like that is Tommy Maddox type measurables.
Yeah, and and if he is that type of injury prone quarterback, then everybody.
Tommy Maddox had to go sell insurance and go to the arena football and go to the XFL and before he become relevant again because he was small and was getting broke off. And I just think that it's like if it wasn't Trevor Lawrence, we would have a problem with this size. We would have a big problem with this size. We'd be like, 6'6", 215.
And that's exactly.
It's like they'd say beanpole.
Yeah,
like they would label him something so mean. It's like, but he's hasn't heard a bad thing during this whole process. But he's sunshine. He had nothing to affect him, man. He got rings.
Sure
He got rings.
Sunshine Lawrence.
All right, but because Deshaun Watson was skinny and he 4 inches shorter and 5 pounds bigger, and they say he was skinny.
That's the thing, and we. More people have said things about Zach Wilson's weight than they have about Trevor Lawrence.
Okay. All right, Zach Wilson, right? Is that who you had going number 2, Joe?
Yeah.
So for people who aren't aware of what we're doing, I had the number 1 pick. Joe has the number 2 pick, and I'm doing odd numbers. He's doing even numbers. We've done this throughout the past couple of days, so we're just going to run through our draft picks. So Job with the number 2 pick ended up getting Zach Wilson with the Jets.
Quarterback out of BYU.
And I think it's like after they got rid of Sam Darnold,
the writing's on the wall.
It's there. It's there. It's like, unless they decide it's like, sorry, we like Justin Fields, baby. Like, and my whole thing is like, the one thing if somebody want to be like, it's hand size. And with Justin Fields and Trey Lance, they do have smaller hands, even though they're bigger quarterbacks. And I could see that being a knock, but I haven't heard anybody say that. So I'm mad at that. There's so many. It's like y'all are talking about all the wrong things. Tell me the real knocks. Baby hands. All right. Tell me it's like when he pick up a double whopper, it looks weird. Like what I'm saying. Like tell me something like that. It's like I don't like him getting any of the big hamburgers. He can't eat no half-pound burgers around me because it makes his hands look small. Like it's like
Trevor Lawrence is the only one to measure with 10
inch hands. And which is a big plus.
Big
and
plus.
But the thing is, big like, plus. Ain't no red. It's like you ain't gonna redshirt the number 1 pick. He gonna play. He gonna play. All right, sorry, we just keep going back to Trevor Lawrence, but he's so skinny. He's so skinny. It's like eat some PB&Js before you go to sleep. All right, okay, all right. So what? Anything we can really talk about Zach Wilson? Undeniable arm talent as far as angles. We've compared him. He is the white chocolate And I don't mean that in like he's like a cool white guy. Like I might think he's cool. I mean like White Chocolate, the NBA basketball player Jason Williams. Yeah. Not to be confused with I hurt myself in a motorcycle accident, Jason Williams, or I shot somebody in the face for the New Jersey Nets, Jason Williams, right? Yeah, it's like because there's a lot of Jason Williams who play basketball. It's a common name. It's a common name. But but he is the Jason Williams of football, to where it's like you didn't have to make that pass like that. Yeah. It was tight though. Yeah. That was tight though. But you didn't have to do it.
He got the sauce.
But the thing is, like with Patrick Mahomes, he was running for his life. He had to do that. He had to do it.
And everybody's comparing him to Mahomes, but how about the biggest difference is that Mahomes, every single team he played against was more talented than the team that he had, whereas Zach Wilson this year, every single team he played against was less talented.
Because you could argue that BYU had like one of the top 5 offensive lines in college football.
Yeah.
It's BYU. They reloaded that position. They always got big guys who are 2 years older than everybody else. I always bring that up because it's like it's they bullying people. They bullying folks.
That's the thing I can bring up. Now, Zach Wilson, one of the knocks against him this year is that he was not voted a team captain. So he was a 3-year starter, but he wasn't voted captain until into this past season, 2020.
Yeah. And this is a guy who went 18 for 18 and threw 4 touchdowns like his freshman year.
Yeah, he had some games.
Ain't no problem. You know why? Because he got JetBlue money, and people don't like nobody like that. And he didn't go on his Mormon mission. They ain't gonna ride with. They ain't gonna rock with him.
And
let
me ask you this: is this a factor because it's voting him captain? Not going on a more mission. He's probably one of the younger guys in the locker room.
And I think it's like he's a baby, and they don't.
And that's on.
He's not. So how's he going to lead, man? Do we make an
exception because he went to BYU, and that we know a lot of those guys in the locker room are 26, 27 years old.
Well, they're not that old, but but it's
like they be 52. They be old.
It's like they be coaching. They be like it's like they be having fake mustaches and all types of things going on. It's like they got a sponsorship with what is it, Just for Men, just so they can come out there and be looking younger and stuff. It's like not only the client, the hair club president looking at us. Nah, all right. Take that. But no, but I think that it's different because it's BYU, because he's definitely 2 years younger than a lot of those people. And also not going on a Mormon mission and not doing the things that everybody
I can imagine everybody's drinking milk and he's got a glass of chocolate.
It's he wild. It's like, oh man, he got that.
Is that strawberry quick? No,
man.
That's the devil's milk.
And guess what he did last night? He snuck some Yoo-hoo in this month. Like, oh, he wild. He wild. All these milk drinkers. I was telling somebody about what milk drinkers means today, and they never heard that phrase before.
One of my coworkers told me last week that she broke up with the guy because he drank a glass of milk every day.
It's like, because I was telling the reference today was why I talked about milk drinkers is because I think that Jason Garrett's dad, whenever they wanted to draft Randy Moss, when they ended up drafting Greg Ellis over him, and I think he said something, either it's like we can't draft all Boy Scouts or all milk drinkers, but it was something to the equivalent of that. And it's like, and then Patrick just busted out laughing. He's like, milk drinkers? I'm like, oh yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. So if you drink milk every day, it's like, and you single, sorry man, it's like put some chocolate syrup in there, man. Switch your game up.
It's actually my boss that says, "You're like, I broke up and drank a glass of milk every day." It's just weird.
It's weird. All right, Joe, number 3. Now I went number 3 because this ain't what I would do. This is what I know Kyle Shanahan gonna do. I saw the homie Cheeks the other day. He came up, he wrote up on me. He'll get sad as hell. He's like, what they gonna do, Jordan? It's like, you know what they gonna do. Mac Jones. And he was not happy with that. And I'm like, look, the guy, he might have a DWI, but he's got 2 degrees. It's like, so, you know, it's like, hey, you know, and it's in a good way. And, you know, but that was what I was going to say is Nick Saban was recently quoted. He's like, you win with the and guys. It's like, this guy does this and this and this and this. It's like, you don't like the but guys. Yeah. But
he wins.
Did he call out Mac Jones? I do that.
And that's
but kids can be kids, but a butt is a butt, right?
Yeah. And I think the thing is, a lot of scouts look at him as the most. I've heard people say he's the most NFL ready guy, and just his quickness he gets through his progression.
Oh, if he was 1 inch taller, he might be going over Zach Wilson.
Yeah, that does make a difference. If he measured in,
if he was 6'4",
and some change,
if you give him 1 inch and 3 pounds, if he's 6'4", 220, he's going over Zach Wilson. It's like because then they'd say Zach Wilson's reckless. It's like because this guy's 6'4". Yeah, so it's like safe. Like it's like it's like similar offensive line, way worse talent, or it's like way worse competition. It's like. And both of those guys, I think they were number 1 and number 2 rated as far as their PFF passer rating was concerned. Yeah. And it was really close, but playing in the SEC, being number 2, that really makes you number 1. That really makes you number 1, right? Yeah. All right, now number 4, Job, you went ahead and took Kyle Pitts.
I went with
the Falcons,
Kyle
right?
Pitts. I think the Falcons are in win now mode because it seems like they're still holding on to Matt Ryan. And if you're going with Matt Ryan, it's got to be like Super Bowl or bust type of thing. Yeah. We try and do still stay one of the most elite offenses in the league, and just trying to shore up this defense and see if we can make a run at it.
Right.
Yeah.
And you think if they draft Kyle Pitts, that means Julio's safe then, right?
I think
it's like, why would you draft Kyle Pitts to not have these weapons, this crew of weapons?
Yeah.
It's like because. It's like we have every time somebody gets hurt, somebody goes hard over there, so they have a pretty nice core over there. Yeah. And I think adding Kyle Pitts is the one thing they've been missing ever since Tony Gonzalez left. And to have Hayden Hurst there, it's like we've seen. It's like. Get another tight end, and he'll go way harder than me. I promise. Ask Mark Andrews. It's like, he's so good, and we like him so much because he's strong, because he's older than everybody. I'm just
and like I said, because I think this is where Kyle Pitts will go, top 5, and Atlanta is that. These spots are usually reserved for losing teams, right? But Atlanta is the team that's up here that really thinks they probably have a shot to win. Also San Francisco.
And my thing is, I like Pitt. I think that Pitts and my next pick is Jamar Chase going to the Bengals. I think they could be interchangeable, as far as because I think that the fact that Burrow is in Cincinnati, people are going to trade up to Atlanta to make sure they can't get Chase because they think there's no way on planet Earth that you can't have that combination going on.
Yeah, Burrow and
Chase. I just think that, they're saying that the Lions have actually been calling and they've been turned down to move up to the 4 pick, probably because really? So I'm thinking that means that Atlanta's like, we want Pitts and we don't even believe dropping down. There's no way it's like. Because if you come up to get Chase, that means Pitts will go next pick, and then we won't be in the running for him. Yeah.
Do you think now if Cincinnati gets Jamar Chase, is that the smart move to make? Is that what you would do, or that's what you think that they will do?
I would do it just because. Not that all right, Joe Burrow had a great year.
Yeah.
To me, Jamar Chase had a legendary season. Greatest sophomore wide receiver I've seen since. What? Charlie Rogers? Larry Fitzgerald, Charlie Rogers. We'd have to go.
Bar Gaffney? Was that was a redshirt freshman? I don't know.
Well, it's like because I want to say that Charlie Rogers and Larry Fitzgerald, didn't they end up setting the records for most consecutive games with a touchdown catch? It's like because Charlie Rogers set it longest streak in college football history. Then Fitzgerald broke it a year later, 2 years later. So it's like to me those were the greatest sophomores ever. Well, Randy Moss didn't count because it's it wasn't fair for him to be at Marshall like that. Yeah. With them socks, it's like it was just distracting. He just running around everybody, crazy legs. It's like third school. It's like he's doing it.
That's had to be his third year.
Yeah, he was a 4th year sophomore or something. He was balling, but I just think that those two guys are going to go there, and I just think that Chase. I would love him and T. Higgins to complement each other. And with A.J. Green going elsewhere, John Ross going elsewhere, I just think that they love Tyler Boyd in the slot.
Yeah.
And I just think that even Chase could rotate with Boyd and they can play inside and outside together. And Higgins is the one exclusive outside guy they have to where I think that would make sense. And I think it's too early to give up on Jonah Williams.
Okay,
and that's really the thing. And the thing is,
I guess we're getting at: is it a mistake to not draft offensive lineman? So is it because you think Jonah Williams is their left tackle of the future?
Well, it's just
it's just too early to give up on.
It's too early to give up on somebody that I like. If you draft him as high as you did, you probably like him a lot.
Yeah.
And to me, I think that I wouldn't mind kicking him inside and drafting Penei Sewell, but I just like the Chase. I love Chase, and I think it's a strong tackle draft to where it's like if I wouldn't want to draft Penei Sewell and make him play right tackle.
Yeah.
Because Jonah Williams has a great camp.
And
whenever, because I can draft a right tackle in the second round. Mm-hmm. And even though Penei Sewell is one of the better linemen that's come out in a long time, it's like Jonah Williams, you were right tackle, and that would make sense to me. But I just think that it's rare to have this type of thing happen to where a guy like a Jamar Chase and a Joe Burrow can link back up to where it's like, let's do it.
I would go with Penei Sewell just because I think he is like a once every, I'll say 6 years offensive left tackle prospect, something like that. And even to me, he can play both tackles. Both.
I think he can play four lineman positions, so it doesn't really matter.
Bring the talent into the O-line room and let it play itself out. Whether it's Jonah Williams that's your left tackle or Penei Sewell, I don't care. It's a very talented offensive line, and I think that's going to bode better for Joe Burrow in the long run.
Well, also another thing is like I feel like drafting the best player available. Once Kyle Pitts goes off the board, I don't think Kyle Pitts is the best pass catcher in the draft. So I'm drafting him for value, and maybe somebody's going to trade up to get that guy. Because once the dominoes start falling, that's when the picks start going. And I just feel like once Kyle Pitts goes, then Jamar Chase is like you're going to get calls for Chase. Yeah. So I didn't necessarily propose a trade or anything. But I honestly think that no matter what, Jamar Chase will go number 5, whether he's going to the Bengals or he gets traded elsewhere.
Yeah, and I think it's smart to get Joe Burrow another weapon. You come out of the draft with another weapon for Joe Burrow. I don't know if you want to do it in the first round with the Penei Sewell sitting there, but you're trying to come out with another pass catcher for him. Yeah. So to number 6, I did go with Penei Sewell going to the Miami Dolphins. To me, he's by far the best player left on the board at this point. And like I said, he's a prospect that any year in and year out, he's going to be a top left tackle prospect. Any given year, he's worthy of being the number 1 left tackle drafted. I
don't think that he quite tested out athletically enough to be that guy, but he's definitely like he's top 5 all the time. Like he's definitely he's the guy who, because to me, I think that being at his size, I think the thing that you like about him is his versatility, where it's like I can play this man anywhere. But I don't think that I think the prototypical left tackle is 6'5", 6'6", a little bit slimmer, and moves a little bit better. And I think like as far as combine measurables, not film. I'm talking about combine measurables. And it's like, but if you watch the film, he's what they said he's the highest graded offensive lineman in the history of PFF. Yeah. Like, or him or Darashaw this past year. Those are the 2 highest graded guys ever. And he played against a lot of great competition, practiced against the boy Kayvon Thibodeau, who's probably going to be the top pick in next year's NFL draft. Yeah. So it's like he's been battle tested. Yeah. And I just think, and my whole thing is like, if I gave up on Jonah Williams, then I would get him. Yeah. But if I believe in Jonah Williams, then I'm not. Then it's like I can get a physical right tackle in the second round. I'll be fine.
Yeah, I think just when you turn on the tape, that he makes a lot of splash plays at the offensive line, like wow blocks kind of, and it's just intriguing to me. Just more plays that stand out on film than the average offensive line prospect.
But me, I'm pick and choose when I hate if you played last season or not. That's just what I'm doing. Yeah. I'm hating, and I'm hating right now.
Right to do that, to make what you will of 2020.
Yes.
Like, you should have played. You should have played Jamar Chase. Good job.
Good job, Jamar Chase. Oh man, yeah. What you did last year?
Smart goal. Let me add some extra points for being so smart.
It's like you. Yeah.
Now Penei Sewell. Oh, you fucked up, man.
Yeah. All right, Joe. I guess I got them odds. So let me go ahead and go with Detroit. I got them going with Jalen Waddle. Even with Devontae Smith on the board. Like I said, that run of receivers is happening.
I believe that's going to happen.
And to me, I know my homeboy Cody Stokes would be like, "Oh, Detroit signed Khalif Raymond, man. They good with their return specials. Like Khalif Raymond ain't returned no punts or no touchdowns. He returned no kicks for no touchdowns. Yeah. It's like he is a great receiver to have on your team. Yeah. He is not the guy. He is not the slot. And I think that what Jamar Chase can bring to the game, is amazing. All he does, all his touchdowns,
and Jalen Waddle,
his touchdowns are deep, they're long, and he's dusting off on everybody.
Yeah.
It's like, and nobody's catching him.
That's what I like to say. These prospects, I don't even run a 40. I see the speed there.
Like,
I don't even see the 40.
And I get that. I feel that.
And so I know my biggest takeaway from the draft that we did is where Devontae Smith ended up going. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, because if we projected it outside of doing this, we would have had him going higher. But it's like, oh snap!
But
it got real. It got mad real. Like sweet wa booty, wa booty.
The mad real. Yeah,
it's mad real, son.
All right, let me go up to number 8. Originally, Carolina has a number 8 pick. I proposed a draft with Chicago to come up and take Justin Fields at number 8. It's just in my head. I couldn't see Justin Fields falling past this. For somebody it's too enticing. I don't know if it's going to be Chicago, but I can see if Justin Fields falls that far, somebody jumping up because they had him like head to head. They were still in the 1A, 1B with Trevor Lawrence mindset, you know what I'm saying? So they jump up to go.
And I think that would make sense. I do see Carolina moving out of that pick. Not necessarily Chicago, but somebody's going to move up there and try and get a quarterback, whether it's a Trey Lance or whether it's a Justin Fields. I feel like that is a move. I think the Patriots, there's rumblings that they're going to try and make the move to move up there and get Justin Fields.
Yeah, and a trade just seemed obvious there just because you think of what Carolina's wants and he's like, they're in the perfect position to trade because so many people come up to get a quarterback and you get quarterback a ransom for this.
And just to let everybody know, if y'all submit this draft in the contest, y'all better pay us. It's like, please believe if we get, it's like we might miss one or two, but I think we was on point with this one, Joe. Right? All right, bet. All right, so you had Justin Fields going.
Yeah, number 8 to Chicago in the trade from Carolina for the number 8 spot.
And it's like he got. So what? He got little hands. He be balling. He be balling. See, the guys with little hands be moving, so it's all right. But I guess the whole Dante Culpepper thing scares people away from mobile quarterbacks with small hands.
And even I was also thinking Chicago because Matt Nagy, if you come in and bring in Justin Fields, it kind of like resets the clock on your tenure, I think, a little bit.
It can. But the thing is, Ryan Pace is still the guy who drafted Mitch Trubisky, so they have a type, Joe. It's like people who date blondes, man. People who it's like it's people who like yellow bones love yellow bones, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but it's people just have a type, man.
Gotcha.
All right, bet that. All right, Joe. So let's go ahead and move on to them Broncos. I had them at number 9. Had them getting Patrick Surtain.
Okay.
All right, I just think that if they get Patrick Surtain and add them to what they've done to their secondary this offseason, they become one of the best secondaries in the NFL off rip. Because with Fuller, Kareem Jackson, Justin Simmons, and I can't remember the smaller corner that they have who plays on the outside. He's pretty productive, but he would be so much better. Is it Bryce McCallahan? I can't remember his name right now off the rip. But I think it might be Bryce Callahan, whatever. But he's like 5'9". He don't need to be outside. Get this man and move him to a nickel to where y'all just shutting everybody down. Because guess what? I don't believe in your offense like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all went and gave Melvin Gordon money. Like I say, I don't believe in paying running backs like that.
Trigger man to be
it's
a top offense.
And they did make that trade for Bridgewater for Teddy Two Gloves.
This is the second time Teddy Bridgewater has been traded to make room for Sam Darnold.
See what had happened
was. So second time, they done gave Sam Darnold.
He said that's why he wanted out. He's like, the writing's on the wall. When this guy comes to town, it's like
the NFL keeps giving Sam Darnold my job.
What is the deal?
Yeah,
do you think that he'll actually get a legitimate opportunity to compete for that job? Or they wouldn't have brought him in if he wouldn't.
I think they want him to start the season as the starter.
Yeah, it's like I hope you beat him.
Yeah, and I want it, but
and if Drew Lock outplays you, that would be amazing.
But I still think it's in a move to help develop Drew Lock a little bit. But I think they're
have a legitimate backup. And to me, competition, it only helps. Anybody who doesn't build
it only helps.
It only helps.
I love it's like
I
love it.
I want you to look. I want you to look over your shoulder all the time. Be scared. Don't be afraid to roll your ankle. Don't be Drew Bledsoe. Don't be Drew Bledsoe. If you Drew Bledsoe, then here comes Tom Brady. It's like, but I'm the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. Get your ass to Buffalo. Yeah, that's what happens.
Now you're the highest paid.
Shake
now you're
and
the most expensive
bake.
Clipboard holder in the world.
Not the Swollest though. Not the Swollest. That was Tim Tebow and Brady Quinn and David Carr. I want them to have an arm wrestling contest. And I want to see all the Swollest backup quarterback who hold the clipboards. It's like if you got a vein in your arm, it's like here you in. It's like over the top, like that old Sylvester Stallone movie. Yes. Oh yeah, I remember that. It's like, I think I would watch that back to back. That's a Whack Wednesday type of movie right there. Yeah, that or what was it? No Holds Barred, the Hulk Hogan movie. Yeah,
I always
say we might have to go back to back with that.
Not a week goes by I don't think about that movie.
R.I.P. Tiny Zeus Lister.
R.I.P.
All right, but. All right, Joe. So what? We going with them Cowboys, right? Is that what we talking about?
How about them Cowboys at number 10?
That's like, hometown squad.
I have the Cowboys going with J.C. Horn, cornerback out of South Carolina, son of former NFL pro Joe Horn, who had a long run with the New Orleans Saints. Mm-hmm. I think probably Surtain's number 1 on the draft board, but they're fine with whoever's left. Yeah. They're perfectly fine with that. Honestly, at this point, I think
they probably prefer Horn, and they would love somebody else to draft Surtain to where they don't feel pressured into
they would like to be in the position.
Like locally, what like the guys on like Brian Bross and these guys, they've been talking to J.C. Horn up a lot since his workout, and I'm like, all y'all late. I've been saying this for a minute. Haven't I been saying since?
Well, now if you want to go with the cornerback, if we kind of have you rated the same, the best athlete wins out, then J.C. Horn's the number 1 corner. And I can get on board with that. Yeah, he ran a faster.
And like I tell people, it's like, to me, it's like, look, J.C. Horn, I feel like he got better hands because he's definitely a failed wide receiver if his dad's Joe Horn. And I just think that playing more positions makes you better at honing in skills because to me, it's one thing to just play your position and know how to play your position. But whenever you've played the position across from you, you know what he's thinking about and how he thinks. And to me, it's like, as great as it is to have like Patrick Surtain as your dad and be like a great coach and stuff, to have J.C. Horn as your dad teaching you how to be a great wide receiver, and then all of a sudden you say, I guess this ain't for me. Yeah. It's like, I think that's an advantage on seeing how receivers run routes and break on stuff and trying to see, like, to me, and then also I feel like him being, I think that he's less like, it's like, I'm like, I just need my best 5 guys out there. You want to play some strong safety? Yup. You want to play some nickel? Yup. It's like, let's get it. Like,
because honestly, the frame is thicker. His frame is thicker.
Yeah, he's built like a free safety.
Even though Surtain is really good in the run game and a really good tackle, I think J.C. Horn's more just a more natural hitter.
It's like when he hits somebody, it just does more. Yeah. Like when you watch the film,
and he seems to love.
Yeah, and it's almost like J.C. Horn. It's like. It's not like finesse like Dion, but it's kind of Dion-esque the way that he covers. But it's like if Dion was trying to hit you. You know what I'm saying? It's like Dion was 15 pounds bigger.
And my only thing with J.C. Horn is I could see him being a more penalized cornerback than Patrick Surtain. That's my only thing where I would think about taking Surtain.
I think you're attacking him because of who his dad is. You think he's gonna pull cell phones out? Like the first pick he get, he's gonna have a cell phone under the goalpost. Be like, out.
But I seen like his game against Auburn where he shut down Seth.
That was one of the most amazing games I've seen a cornerback play in a long time.
Definitely.
Yeah, it was because to me, I want to say before that, like the year before when Derek Stigley was a true freshman against Texas, I thought that was one of the most impressive games I've seen a corner play. Yeah, and then it's like, but that J.C. Horn, it's like Seth Williams, you gets nothing. Yeah. You gets nothing. It's like, what, you 6'3", 215? All right, cool.
And that's a big reason why a lot of people are high on Devontae Smith because he had some plays against Stingley. He was balling against Stingley. Yeah. I guess number 11 pick. What you got, Jordan?
Number 11 pick. I went with the boy Micah Parsons.
Okay, New York Giants getting
Micah Parsons. He's a freak athlete, 6'3", 245. He can play any linebacker spot. I think he could be 3-4, 4-3, anywhere as far as linebacker goes. I think in his mind, he's like, man, I want to be Khalil Mack though. He's like, I was a defensive end in high school. I'd be getting sacks. It's like, what y'all, but maybe he has a Cameron Wake type of thing to where it's like, oh, we try to make you this and you're not that, and you fall off. Somebody else gets him, and then they turn him into an outside pass rusher, and then he becomes great.
Maybe that's his biggest knock, that they didn't use him right at Penn State. Like maybe they were wasting your talents having you play on linebacker.
Because to me, him in a way on both sides, it's like, come on, man, it's over. Come on, bro.
That's too at least up 4-5.
How you gonna have two guys running 4-4s over here rushing the passer, bro?
Yeah.
It's like can't nobody ain't no escaping this. But it's linebacker you, and like you're our best linebacker. So you play this position.
11
it's like
in our bookshop.
And I get it.
Bookstore.
It's like you need to be next. It's like ooh, I want that 11 though, like superstar LeVar, and then you see the LeVar highlight.
That's how they got him. Probably that's how
it's like he probably because he's a young kid.
Recruiting trip.
He probably as a young kid.
Yeah.
He probably don't know who LeVar Arrington is because LeVar Arrington was a college legend and a good NFL player.
Had some good seasons,
but the LeVar leap, that dude just jumped. Oh man, it's like him. It's like
I remember.
And don't let me tell these people about Andy Katzenmoyer. Andy Katzenmoyer was a scary dude. Scary dude. Yeah, but that's another reason why I don't believe in 6'4" linebackers. It's like who play inside.
That's the era.
It's like
the half
it's like if y'all thought Brian Urlacher was going hard on the insides. He ain't putting fear in nobody's heart like big Katzenmoyer, bro. Yeah. Please believe that. He's the reason why AJ Hawk and all of them went to Ohio State.
Mike DeAndre.
Yeah. I remember him. All right, Bobby Carpenter. Yeah. All right, Joe. That number 12, that 12th man. Who you got, Joe?
I have the Philadelphia Eagles taking Rashawn Slater, the offensive lineman out of Northwestern, 6'4", 305. He made a name for himself by shutting down Chase Young.
Pure dominance. Pure dominance.
In a game in 2019. And I think Philadelphia will be thrilled to have him here. I think if you draft him, do you throw him in the competition for that left tackle job? I don't know. Maybe you're drafting him as a guard. But
my whole thing is I would, if Lane Johnson wants to play left tackle, he can play left tackle. But for some reason, it's like, and I guess Jason Peters gone finally?
I think so.
He's probably coaching. He's lurking around there somewhere. Who knows?
How much you want to
and
pay
to me, it's more like, it's like Lane Johnson's like, well, if Peters is here, I'm a right tackle.
Yeah.
But everybody knows he's a supreme athlete, and the Phillies were definitely the winners in that tackle draft of that.
But even like
with the Eric Fisher versus Luke Jokel or Lane Johnson.
Lane Johnson.
Yeah, Lane Johnson. You won. You ran away with that.
But right now they still have Jordan Malatai, who
he's a swing guy.
Yeah,
he's a swing guy. If he's gonna be great, he'll be great somewhere else, and that'll be great.
And they drafted Andre Dillard a couple of years ago from Washington State.
So you're saying he's gonna kick inside, and I think.
You think Slater,
I think Slater will definitely be the guy who kicks inside. I think at this point
Slater's just got to be by far the best lineman
available. And it's just like, and he's gonna, no matter where you play him on your line, your offensive line is gonna be improved.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you ideally he comes and plays guard for you. But if none of your left tackles are cutting it, maybe you try him out there in training camp at left tackle. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember saying that about Zach Martin. He ain't never played no left tackle.
Politics to me. That's politics to me. Okay.
That's the thing is because once they get you at guard, they'll never let you lay that tackle. You know why? It's like because if PFF says you scored a perfect score on a left tackle, it's like I don't need that left tackle, man. It's like you just gonna have to franchise me until you done with me. I'll take that franchise. I'll take that franchise.
Maybe the highest rated left tackle. Yeah.
All right. Well, Joe, I had an offensive lineman going next to them. San Diego Superchargers.
Okay.
All right, I'm sorry, them L.A. Chargers.
Yes.
L.A. I'm sorry, Chris Berman just took over my soul for a second. Like I just think about them baby blues, the old school baby blues. Those things went hard. But I got them taking offensive lineman. I got them going with Christian Darrisaw, my boy. At Virginia Tech. He's a mauler. He's a baller. Yeah. And people be hating. It's like, when he dominates, it's just not play. I'm like, but that's not my job. You know what I'm saying? It's like I want the guy who like whenever he does his best, he looks better than everybody else. That's the guy I want.
Yeah.
That's why. And then it's on my coaches to make sure I see that. That ain't on me. I draft the talent. You coach him up. That's Bill Walsh said that. He's like, look, all I gotta do is see a guy make a play once. That's all I need. If he makes that play once, it's on me to make sure that he keeps doing
it. Yeah. I like that coaching philosophy.
That's why. Shout out R.I.P.
And even to me, I had a struggle picking between Darrisaw and Slater for the spot. To me,
I think Slater makes more sense just because you're fine at tackle, and his versatility just means it's like, oh snap, it's like. He can play left guard, right guard, and we're automatically one of the best offensive lines in football.
Yeah, and that's what my point is. Like,
and to me, it's like, and I don't necessarily know if I want to kick Darrisaw inside, a guy who's always played outside.
And that's my thing. Darrisaw is more tackle only than.
It's like he's to me, he can start off as a swing guy. He can come in and dominate as a right guy. I think he already has that power. He has that mean streak, that nastiness. It's like where he is a right tackle. He just been playing left tackle because he just finessing it.
Yeah.
But he was just so mad this year. He's like, no, Greg Russo. All right, Dun, 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 dun. It's like the Incredible Hulk.
Field day in that ACC.
Yeah, so the only game he really had to deal with people were the Pitt game and the Miami game, and then every game was pretty much an off
game against those NFL prospects. Yeah. Everything else was just kind of an exhibition or something.
Yeah. All right, Joe. So who'd you have Minnesota getting at number 14?
Number 14, I had the Minnesota Vikings taking Elijah Vera Tucker, the offensive lineman out of USC. I think best player available. Minnesota has had offensive line woes for a while now. They've been trying to shore up that left side tackle.
Since Matt Khalil.
Yeah. They've been trying to shore
Matt Khalil failed them.
Yes, exactly. Because I like Matt Khalil as a prospect.
Hey, he played the left side, and they put Tyron Smith on the right side, and they said, let's roll with it. And everybody's like, yeah, they both great.
And his brother was a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, it's like his brother's a baller. Yeah. It's like based off of all this nepotism. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Everything should have worked out fine. He had long arms. He tall. His dad played ball. His brother played ball. He went to USC. He played the left side. It's like, no, it didn't work.
Didn't work.
That's
on him, though.
That's on him. It's like he ain't won it.
Elijah Vera Tucker.
Don't come after me, though. I will kick you in your kneecaps. I don't play.
Elijah Vera Tucker out of USC can play both guard and tackle. He's athletic enough, and he's kind of stout enough. I think because of his height and maybe lack of elite length, that's why you want to kick him inside.
Yeah, but I think he could definitely play some right tackle immediately. And I think he's actually – I think he even has potential to even play some left tackle. Because I think that he's really good in pass protection. The only thing that you don't like about him is his arm length. But the athleticism's there. He's actually a better pass blocker than he is a run blocker. And that's the only thing that I fear about kicking him inside. But because I think his freshman year he actually played guard, and then they kind of moved him outside as his career went along. But if you even look back at his film or at his PFF grades, they're pretty similar whether he's guard tackle. It's like he's just great at pass blocking. He's a great pass blocker, no matter where you put him. So, I like that. I like that from Minnesota. Now, me with them Patriots.
What you got?
I went with that Jeremiah Owusu Kamamura.
Jock.
Young Jock. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's going down. It's going down. Yeah. So young Jock over here from Notre Dame coming through for the New England Patriots. And I just think it's more of a best player on the board. Great athlete. To me, it's like you can play him at safety, you can play him at linebacker. And to me, they have all their linebackers are like 260-pound dudes. Yeah. Let's put one dude out there who can run. This one guy who can just run. Yeah. And like Bill Belichick, to me, it's like he's like, I play nothing but defensive ends and safeties, dog. That's how we roll. Like, like, that's how we roll.
Linebackers,
he's like, my corners are the only corners are corners. Yeah. Everybody else, y'all better play everything. Y'all better play everything. Devin McCourty ain't even a corner to me. You're a safety. Your brother is safety.
To be able to drop down.
It's like you play corner in college. Cool. Come here. Safety. Let's go. It's like you'll never play corner again. But Bill Belichick, he do that. And I think that. I do think that if it wasn't for Fairley's injury, I think that would be a thing they could consider because you keep hearing about them trying to move on from Gilmore and like wanting to trade him. He's a possible draft day type of thing going on. And I think that physically Gilmore and Fairley are very comparable.
So I remember Gilmore ran sub 4.4 coming out of South Carolina.
So but I just think that Owusu, it's like you got all them big defensive ends out here. Can't none of them cover nobody. Get one guy who can cover ground. And honestly, look at all these guys. His film is so crazy to me, man. Yeah. Cause it's like I see your stats. It's like I think they just take you out the field because you're gonna hurt yourself or hurt somebody. It's like, hey man. It's like you got to chill out. You got to chill out. It's like it's like, are you okay? Are you okay? Is everything okay? Okay? All right. You sure? You sure? All right. Come on. But it's like, he's like scary. Like to me, it's like. Patrick Queen, if Patrick Queen can have the success he's had, because Patrick Queen's is he even 230? He was just under 230, right?
Well, I guess so.
Patrick Queen, who's the cat from Atlanta? Dion,
from LSU.
Also, is it Deion Jones?
Alexander?
No, Deion Jones, I think. The linebacker.
Yeah. I know because he's from LSU also.
Yeah, he's from LSU. But to me, it's like they're slimmer middle linebackers who just ball.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different NFL now. It's like you don't need a guy who just studs people, and then you take them off the field and third down because you got those guys.
No, it's almost you have to build it from the third down.
Because they got Van Noy back, they got Dante Hightower back. It's like, give me somebody that can move. Give me somebody that can move. And I think that would be a perfect fit for New England, especially with all the quarterback. And to me, I haven't heard anything out of New England's camp talking about Trey Lance.
Yeah,
so,
I haven't heard anything about it.
So I don't think that Trey Lance is the guy for them.
And it seems like New England is gearing up to win this year. They're not in a rebuild mode at all. They're trying to win this year. So so for me, number 16, Arizona Cardinals. I had them drafting Caleb Fairley, the cornerback. COVID Fairley, who tested COVID positive for COVID today. Thanks for that note, Jordan. Caleb Farley, 6'2" cornerback out of Virginia Tech. Now, Caleb Farley, he had back surgery. Did he have surgery on his back? It's a back injury.
Well, doctors reported he needed a bacchiotomy.
They say back. But he wasn't able to do any of the pre-draft workouts. To me, that doesn't drop him that far. It just makes him the third cornerback in this draft.
It's like if you were able to test, then you probably would have been able to jump these two guys if you tested well athletically.
That's the thing,
And now that we can't see what you can do.
Because he was in contention for being the first cornerback taken. Because you were injured and couldn't go through the 40 and all that stuff, you'll get drafted in front of these other two guys who did very well at their pro days. That doesn't, like I said, that just makes you the third cornerback, and I'd have you going to the number.
And he was a guy. He was a quarterback in high school, and he
came as a wide receiver.
Yeah, he was a quarterback in high school, came as a wide receiver, redshirt, and then ended up being a cornerback, and had a great sophomore year, redshirt this year. My biggest problem with him is like, you didn't play last year. You did not.
He didn't play. Does it kill him, or is he good?
It's like Gladiator right here. Let's go. Get him out here. Get him out here. You're not Jamar Chase. You're not Jamar Chase.
Bad move. Bad decision.
It's like, because how you hurt? You ain't played football in 2 years.
I know.
It's like that man ain't touched a football field since what? January of 2020.
And the big thing for me, even when we talk about injury prone guys, I'm like, is he healthy right now? Right now, is he healthy?
And to me, it's
right
like,
now at this moment.
And to me, it's like, what you been doing? It's like
why didn't you get this surgery before?
It's like, because you made a stand about like wanting to like come back and play football, and you like, they ain't doing things the right way, and I'm gonna do things the right way, and this and that, and it's like, what, you've been doing the wrong thing if you got hurt not playing football, man. It's like, let me find the film of you dunking on somebody and then get back spasm. He'd be hooping.
Yeah,
it was something like that.
Are you right now? Are you hurt right in the second? Yeah,
and he was. And to me, it's like, if he showed up and ran and all that stuff, and he says, he had a little back swing. I'm like, he jumped 40 inches, man. I don't care, man. It's like, it's like, okay. All right, Job. So at number 17, I got the Las Vegas Raiders. I had them going with Christian Barmore.
Gotcha.
Barmore. And to me, I just feel like they gave up a few defensive tackles this season, and I don't like who they have. I think they have like Jonathan Hankin, and their guys are more like run stuffing type of guys, and they don't have that gap shooter.
Okay.
And to me, that's what Barmore does. He's kind of a one-trick pony, but it's Alabama, so if somebody else is in there on run defense, it's because they're way better than you at run defense. It's not that you're bad. It's just that this guy's a beast.
And I think kind of
because was it DJ Dari, or what's his name? The big DJ Dale. I can't remember. They have a big nose tackle at Alabama who's like, it's like, get out of here. Like, get out of here. This guy's got this.
And then you coming off.
Yeah, you come in.
And even I think the scouting community kind of looks at Barmore as a developmental prospect.
Because he's a redshirt sophomore. He's young. It's like, you're a redshirt sophomore and you're not Quinnen Williams.
And him getting drafted here is somewhat of a result of it being a weak interior defensive line.
And I don't think it's weak. I just think it's COVID. It's like, I don't like Davion Nixon's film because all you play is 6 games. That ain't enough for me. Barrymore, it's COVID year. It's like, but to me, I just feel like Mike Mayock, he drafts champions and winners, and that's how he goes about building his team, and short safeties. It's like, because he's a short safety. That's his thing. So Elijah Molden, it's like, it ain't safe for you. You ain't going nowhere else. Like Mike Mayock has you, and you are his honey badger. It's like Isaiah McDuffie. He got you too. Mike Mayock always going to look out for the Boston College Eagles. He got your back.
Yeah, he got an eye on Boston College. Always.
Yeah, Notre Dame guys. He be loving y'all too. He used to cover your game.
He wishes he could have gotten Notre Dame.
He wishes. hey, that's what I was telling somebody the other day. It was breaking news. And it's like, no, Boston College, that's where everybody goes who wanted to go to Notre Dame.
Oh, people don't know that? Yeah. Doug Flutie went to Boston College because he couldn't go to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Mike Mayock legitimately went to Boston College because he couldn't go to Notre Dame.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
Even who's the guy quarterback now couldn't start at Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah, so now he's, Philip Jerkovich,
yeah.
And I like him. He's a baller.
He's an athlete. He's a 5-star physically.
He to me, it's like I'm drafting him. I don't know what round. Yeah. It's like he could end up being a Mitch Trubisky. He could be a Mitch Trubisky, or he could be a 7th round draft pick or an undrafted guy. But I want him on my roster next year.
And I'm like, how do you lose out to Ian Book? Really, that's
because he got it. Because Ian Book didn't do anything to lose his job.
Yeah, Ian Book.
He won.
He won. Like, I won this job a long time ago. And
it's like I'm not going to give it up. Yeah. It's like you can put out a YouTube dunk contest video and let the whole world know how great an athlete you are. You can go hit home runs too. It's like you can be the greatest athlete. Guess what? I'm the Notre Dame quarterback. Please believe that. Straight out of Cali.
Yeah, and he'll get drafted.
He'll get drafted. Not by me.
Not by me, but he'll get drafted.
Nah, it's like not by me. And I don't even hate him like that. I just don't want him like that. Yeah, because there's guys I would reach for. I draft KJ Castillo. I would draft KJ Castillo before I draft him. Would you go that far?
Okay, I'm out on Castillo. I'm out after that. Yeah, after this. The first half of this season, I'm out.
Joe, man, what about Mississippi State winning a championship, Mike Leach?
I feel like I've given you 5. Hey, no, I'll stand by that. But still, I've given you too many chances. I am out.
It's like, Davis Mills, though.
Davis Mills, the new hotness. Yes, the new hotness.
It's like, with Stanford, it's like he should just stay at Stanford. It's like, people would just, like, if you got beat out by Davis Mills, you're still a Stanford quarterback. Yeah. You went and got beat out at Mississippi State. And Mike Leach didn't like you, right, because you're smarter than him and you threaten him. Yeah. And he don't like that. Don't question me. I'm Mike Leach. Yeah. I'm the Pirate coach. I talk about Pirates all the time.
Don't draft KJ Castillo just to teach him a lesson. You don't transfer out of Stanford. Just stay. Things will work out.
So it's like he deserves to not get drafted just because he made that move, right?
Hope you're happy with it. Yeah.
It wasn't a bad move to make.
No, good experiment.
It's like the COVID, man. The COVID. Yeah. You can't. Why can't you give him the COVID benefit of the doubt, Joe?
I think
it's like he's a.
I blame him for Leach's lack of success in his initial year.
Dang, but he threw for like 600 yards in a game. He wasn't that LSU game. What if he opted out after that game?
He'd be a probably first-round pick. We talking about him in the first round.
If he
got COVID right after that.
Yeah, if he got COVID. If like after Colin Hill caught them 15 passes, and it's like if he just like, oh no, it's like Colin Hill, I'm done. We done. It's like Davis Mills, and it's like we be talking about him. Davis Mills going over Kyle Trask.
Yeah. Davis Mills probably will go over Kyle Trask.
I think so too. But
I've
been on that. Yeah. But all right, let's go.
The world's coming around now. Okay,
yes.
Number 18, I have the Miami Dolphins getting the edge. Jalen Phillips out of the University of Miami, 6'6", 260. I think he is hands down the most talented edge in this draft. I think his only knock is his injury history. Without that, he's probably a top 10.
Every year, with the clean bill of health.
Yeah.
He's like a more physical Anthony Barr.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, what if Anthony Barr could really put his hand on the ground and mix it up?
Yeah.
Like that's how I see him. And him being a UCLA guy, that's probably why I draw that comparison, because that's what I thought of him at once he was there. Yeah. And then he never. Like
he never evolved into that.
He was unrealized potential at UCLA, and now it finally came. It's like because even though he only had 8 sacks. His 8 sacks were more impressive than Greg Rousseau's 15 and a half.
And it's like he just looks like a NFL veteran.
Yeah.
Kind of like
it's like oh, I just beat you off the snap. Oh, I made that. Like, the way he wins he wins. When you see him win, he gets a sack.
His health issue is his only concern. Yeah. He's as far as the mental aspect and the physical aspect, he's 10 and 10. Well,
he played at Miami. Yeah. He bright skinned as hell. He built like Jason Taylor. Go be the next Jason Taylor. They want that. They need that. They need
South
that.
Beach.
They need that. It's like that's your hood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, stay local.
Don't listen to Mark Mangino and get shot up by your homeboys. He said that. I just don't want anybody to ever forget that Mark Mangino said that. That's why he don't coach no more. That's why that's right. That's right. He said
black crowd.
Yeah. All right, Joe. Now number 19. This is where I have the Trey Lance dropping to.
Okay.
To the Washington Football Club.
And they'll be ecstatic with that.
It's like, because that's what they want. Now, the way the NFL works, somebody will probably draft him higher than this to be like, Washington, you better move up if you want this man.
Yeah.
I don't even want him, but if Jordan Love's a first round pick, then this guy's a top 20 pick.
But I'll draft him. You know why? Because F you. That's why.
That's why I'll draft him. It's like so Philly might mess around and draft him just because it's like we don't care. It's like don't call us racist.
All the blacks. We have all the colors.
Would you hate that? Would you hate that?
We have all the colored quarterbacks.
Would you hate that they drafted Trey Lance? Philly? It's like nah. But y'all didn't give him more of a chance because he's black and y'all giving up on him. Is that what y'all do? Y'all just gonna give up on all the black guys? It's like
you just want to take a job away. You trying to take a job away from Jalen Hurts? I see what you do.
It's like,
trying to take a job away from a black man. I see what you.
Trying to take a free ride in fancy car. That's Uncle Phil. Shout out to Uncle Phil. All right, so Trey Lance, he says that he has the potential to be the best quarterback in this class. You know what that means to me?
What?
He knows he ain't the best quarterback in this class. Okay. That's why he had to say that. It's like to me, I have more problem with that than what Trevor Lawrence said. I have the potential to be the best. It's like, I know I'm not that good. That's
like
what I hear.
All I want to hear from quarterback is Super Bowl. I want to win Super Bowl. I want to win Super Bowl. I don't know the context.
Trey Lance like, I ain't never lost a game. Why I gotta talk about Super Bowl? It's like it's like I would chill on my show because I don't know what I'm doing. I'll lose my first game.
Yeah.
Like what if you said something like that?
I know everybody thinks
I'm gonna kill. Maybe I'm gonna kill somebody. Yeah, but what's up?
I want to delve more into that and see just the context of that. Like I said, I understand that your sentiment. Yeah, that could be problematic in the right context. It could definitely be problematic. Signs of something else, like a lack of supreme confidence or something like that.
But I said that about Joe Flacco, and he was terrible, but he won a Super Bowl. So everybody said, Joe Flacco's like, I left Pitt because Tyler Palco, man.
But Flacco had a career as like, I was. If I didn't want you in the first round, I was right. That's why, because you went to the Ravens, such a stable organization that is always winning, and you happen to win a Super Bowl with that organization. You probably
they won with Trenton Dilfer, and they probably could have still won if Tony Banks started. Yeah, that defense was that good. And then Ray Lewis kept playing football. And Terrell Suggs came along.
And you know why you fell off a cliff? Because you were never that good in the first place. And hey, Josh Allen proved me wrong, but let's not have.
I was hating on Josh Allen earlier.
Hey, a day doesn't go by.
Like, look. A
day doesn't go by. I don't hate on Josh Allen.
And my thing is like, look, man. I saw you play in college, man. It's like that's all I gotta say. You can't burn that film. You can't throw away them stats. You
better come call him neuralize me or something.
It's like no, bro. It's like I seen what I seen. I seen it, Joe. I seen it.
No, and that's my thing. And I'll go Josh Allen tangent. I really felt like your senior year when you came back for your last year that they took more off your plate. Because they didn't want to expose.
He scared me like Blaine Gabbert, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how you come back and worse?
Like, I'm like, you play for Wyoming, and it seems like they don't want to expose you by making you carry the offense with your arm. That's
and I don't know if it was like we want to install our offense that we ran at North Dakota State, because wasn't it he had the same head coach that Carson Wentz had, and that was part of the hype about it. It's like, another 6'5", 230-pound small school guy. It's like he plays in the same offense. I'm like, but he trash though. Yeah. He trash. It's like
I love everybody who's already, because if you predict
Josh Allen, you want to crown him?
Yes, because you predicted him
to be good. Shout to Dan Green.
You were wrong for
R.I.P. Everybody did.
They forgot how they were wrong for 2 years, and now I've been right for 5 minutes. I'm just going to take a victory lap over.
And to me, like I was telling somebody the other day, I'm like, look, man. If you told me to just show up to the Senior Bowl and go watch Josh Allen practice, then I probably would have walked away like everybody else and said, he a top 10, top 5 pick, man. I might even take him over Baker Mayfield, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, man, it's like I'm Terrence Howard, man. No, it's like,
and that's my thing. Like, stats are not everything. Stats are not everything. But there's some stats
there's something, though.
But they don't even merit me looking at your film, bro. Why am I even going to evaluate your film? It's not even good enough to get me to that point where it's
like, well, of course you got arm talent. That's why they told me to look at your film. Like it's like, but like I saw him make some throws in that Senior Bowl. I'm like, ooh. I'm like, man. I'm like,
and he had a great last
it's
year,
like,
so let me
it's
not
like
make too hard.
You bought out. Great. And to me, I'm like, I don't believe you till Brian Daboll leave, because Brian Daboll, to me, if he wasn't Canadian, he'd be a head coach somewhere right now. They just hating on the Canadian, man.
Yeah.
It's like
maybe he doesn't want to leave Buffalo because it's so close to home, So close to home.
Hey, what you talking about? All right, next pick.
Oh, is that
we're going Carolina, right? Because you got your trade, right?
Yeah, so this is it was originally the Chicago Bears pick at number 20, but I had them trading with Carolina Panthers, swapping the 8th and the 20th pick. So at the pick number 20, Carolina Panthers select Devontae Smith, wide receiver out of Alabama. So in our mock draft, Devontae Smith fell all the way to the 20th pick.
And we like Devontae Smith a lot.
Yeah,
and this is just the way things played out. So I'm like, dang.
So I can see him
that's real.
I'm like, yeah,
that's real.
It's real.
That's real.
That's real.
It's real.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to him, but there are going to be some scouts that are going to say, before the season started, Jalen Waddell was over you. And what Jalen Waddell does in the return game, you haven't done it. It's like you had one great punt return, but he does like. But I expect him to have the season you had this year. If Jalen Waddell, like there are probably some people like if Jalen Waddell played this year, he'd have your Heisman.
Yeah, I believe that. If you got hurt early in the season and they had to rely on him as the number one,
he would have. It's like, and in my head, when you put it that way, it's like, he would have had a better season. But Devontae Smith's been making plays since day one. Him and Tua Tagovailoa won that championship against Georgia. People forget that they were freshmen, and that was the connection. And Jerry Jeudy was there. Yeah. Henry Ruggs was there.
He was there.
But the connection was Tua to Devontae Smith. Didn't he hit him for 2 touchdowns in that game? Or did Hurts hit him with 1 and then Tua came and hit him with 1 to win the game? I don't know. The boy be balling. And he be balling out. And I remember earlier this past season when he had the 200-yard 4-touchdown game, somebody's like, man, I didn't know Devontae Smith. I'm like, that's not even his best game ever. Like, go look at his film last year. Like, when Jerry Jeudy and Henry Ruggs was there was like, God dang, Devontae be going harder than us.
Maybe 2 of his best games were his last year, like in 2019.
Like with Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, and Jalen Waddle watching him ball out, and it's like because in their heads, he goes the hardest. It's like
I am the alpha in this room.
Like it's like because everybody said it's like what Jerry got the hands, like Ruggs got the speed, but it's like but nobody wearing them routes like Devontae do. Yeah. It's like, and can't nobody return anything like Jalen. And it's like Jalen's a little bit of everything. Like, but yeah, man. But as much as we love him, he goes all the way to 20.
Yeah, and I can really see him dropping that far. It's just you can't get it. 166 is light, man. It's small. It's small.
Hey, man, look. You know whose fault this is? It's Todd Pinkston, because he alligator armed that one pass after remember his second year? Todd Pinkston was about to break out. He looked like he was going to be a good player. It's like he's skinny. You remember Todd Pinkston, Southern Miss?
Trash and Stinkston.
Yeah. It's like everybody in Philly hates that man because he alligator armed some pass his second year, and I think he had like a 700-yard, 7-touchdown season as like his second or third year player. Yeah. And then he was just never the same again. It got in his head. Everybody in the city hated him, and I think he probably ended up playing like maybe 6 years, but he was 6'2", 166 pounds,
the same 67. Type of frame. Just
so it's like, but here's the thing: is like, but this dude did it at Alabama. It's like he's a better Todd Pinkston with return ability. Yeah. It's like,
and it doesn't even come down to scouts and GMs thinking you can't do it. It's just you are lacking a trait. So now we just have to. It's just not worth that high of a pick. You're not 5-star. You're 4-star. You're 4.5 star.
But to me, it's like. But remember, it's like remember how mad I was about Deshaun Jackson. I was like, I hate Ted Ginn Jr. because Ted Ginn Jr. is the only reason why Deshaun Jackson is a 2nd-round pick because he didn't show out whenever he got drafted in the top 10 by the Dolphins. Yeah. So Deshaun Jackson got punished the next year because it's like, oh, you're even smaller. And Ted Ginn didn't ball out. Yeah. So why would you ball out? I'm like, because I'm Deshaun Jackson. I be flipping and fumbling.
And, and the thing is, and what scares you about Devontae Smith, he's taller than Deshaun Jackson and weighs less than Deshaun Jackson.
But my whole thing is like, if you've been playing football your whole life and you ain't been hurt yet, why are you going to get hurt now? And but somebody did say it's like, why is it every time Devontae Smith get hit in the game, you don't think he ever gonna get back? It's like he be taking his time. It's like, I'm bleeding in my chest. I said it's like I think somebody said it's like it kind of reminds you like when Dirk was like 22, but he still ran down the court like he was like an old man. It's like he just run like he looked hurt. Like that's just how he run. It's like he runs like this is not comfortable. I'm here to shoot basketballs, but this running part is really not my thing.
It's not my thing. This part of the game. But like I said, I don't knock his ability to be successful in the NFL. It's just you get knocked for just the fact of the thing. It makes you 5-star because it makes you a 4-star as opposed to a 5-star because you're lacking something.
come on down, Trevor Lawrence. All the skinny guys should get
it's like, not Trevor Lawrence. You shut your mouth. That's Trevor Lawrence. That's Sunshine.
That's Sunshine. You ever remember the Titans? Remember the Titans. He had the most beautiful hair. He had the most beautiful hair. Don't you forget it.
His hair will win us games.
Yes, his hair will. It's like, yes. Yes, it will bring black people and white people together.
It will unite humanity.
It will do that. Okay, Joe. All right, now number 21. I had the Indianapolis Colts going with Samuel Cosmi, the homie from UT,
Yeah,
from UT, 6'6", 315, shorter arms than desired, but tested out of this world athletically.
Yeah,
the way he tested is exactly what you want in a left tackle.
One of the most impressive pro days I've seen. Yeah, from any offensive line prospect.
And my whole thing with him, why I have him over Tevin Jenkins at this point. I know a lot of people are in love with Tevin Jenkins, but to me, Tevin Jenkins has zero left tackle potential.
Yeah.
And I think that already athletically, by getting Samuel Cosmi, you're upgrading the left tackle. Even though Anthony Costanzo's been there, he's been a stalwart there for 10 years at least, if not more. Boston College guy.
Yeah.
I think you're coming in with the supreme athlete who probably was a better college player off rip.
Yeah,
just Costanzo. Replacing him than Costanzo, and no disrespect to him because I just did that a long time ago. And it's like, and he proved me wrong. He proved me like Gabe Creamy was my dude.
Well, yeah,
it's like, and he outballed Gabe.
Costanzo was mediocre for a long time.
He was serviceable.
No, before he got good, he was mediocre for a really good.
But he's a guy that would have been a great right tackle if you'd always been a right tackle.
Yeah.
But now you on this left side, you expose. Yeah. And it's like give me some tight ends, give me 2 tight ends. Oh yeah, I'm balling now.
It took Costanzo a while to get
get
started. So I can appreciate the hate on the
Yeah, if you got hate in your heart, let it out.
Cosby, just the combination of his bench press reps to 36 and his 40-yard dash. It's I've never seen a combination.
And that's my thing is like I like his based off of his measurables. I like him even being like I like him as a swing tackle, whether it's left or right. I would take him over Tevin Jenkins just because he's shown his athleticism and his strength to where he could be that grunt or that bully on the right side if he had to be. But being a left tackle, you got to be the dancing bear. You got to be the ballerina, So that was just what he was asked to do. He didn't get to maul people, And if Tevin Jenkins was balling like that, he would It's like he's a bully.
Yeah.
It's like
I skew heavy towards those guys who can play on the left side against those guys
it's
who can play right.
It's just heavy-footed versus light feet.
I'm like, because I know these guys will get bigger and stronger as they get older. I don't know how much quicker and more athletic you're going to get. Yeah.
Okay. All right,
so me 22 next at Tennessee Titans at 22. I have them taking Tevin Jenkins, the offensive tackle, right tackle out of Oklahoma State, because that's exactly what they need. They need somebody who's going to play on the right side.
We all know Taylor Lewan is the man on the left side.
Holding it down.
He be getting beat up all the time. He be doing a lot of podcast stuff. Shout out to everybody doing podcast stuff. What's up?
Yeah.
It's like he was one of the left tackle prospects. One of my top 5 in the last 10, 15 years that have come out that I was just very, very high.
Yeah, and tested it out really well.
Yeah.
And it means something for the left tackle position. Yeah. And who was the right tackle? Jack Conklin.
Who everybody in Tennessee hated and wanted him to get out of there. Yeah. And he goes to Cleveland and he's back again. Yeah, and he's balling out. And it's like people be like, well, whenever you go against the 5 greatest pass rushers in the NFL, you don't look time. That's why he a right tackle.
Yeah.
But we drafted you in the first round. Cody, this is how you sound. This is how you sound. I'm making fun of you.
But I think it's perfect plug and play for them needing that right tackle after Conklin has vacated that position. Mm-hmm. And I think it's actually pretty good value. Jenkins could also kick into guard and probably play both guard spots, just never left tackle.
Yeah. And at 6'6", that's pretty much the cutoff. You don't want anybody bigger than that. But you have a big quarterback in Carson Wentz, or that really wouldn't. Or I'm sorry, you have a decent sized quarterback in Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah.
A mobile quarterback can get outside of the pocket.
Yeah.
We'll see if Ryan Tannehill can do it again.
Yeah.
It's like greatest wide receiver in A&M history.
I think he's kind of stabilized here.
No, I'm just talking trash. Okay, no. It's just personal digs at people out here. It's just like I'm just talking trash about your team. Whether you're an Aggie fan, whether you're a Titans fan, I'm just coming at you right now. That's all it's about.
I think
just Titan hate and Aggie hate right now.
It's riling you up. Go for it. Yeah.
That's what I'm going for.
What do you got for that 23rd pick?
I got them Jets. I got them going with Kwity Paye. Sadate. Tip me on the Remy down. Okay. You know, yeah, greatest song ever, man. All right, let's stop. Let's not get sued. All right, so yeah, I got Kwity Paye, the edge rusher out of Michigan, Big Blue. That's that's what you used to represent back in the day growing up, you know. Blue, and I think Kwity Paye, to me, him dropping down at 260, that's why I have him going here, because I like his mobility and his running back film. This is why I believe in him being a linebacker.
Honestly, yeah,
it's like, and I think a lot of people, he's like, I don't gotta run no drills. Go watch my running back film, dog. It's like juice like me. He's like, he's like, I ain't no Henry Melton. He's like, I'm juking cats. Like, it's like, yeah, and I just think that the way that his 40 time, his athleticism that I've seen, I would prefer, like, to me, he's a slimmer, more athletic Tamba Hali.
Yeah.
To where it's like, I could tell you gain 15 pounds and I could put you as an undersized, like, defensive tackle in a 4-man front in a pass rush situation. Or right now, I have no problem with you being 260 playing. Like, I could put you in a 3-4 right now because I believe in your strength and your power.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you play bigger. He plays bigger, stronger, and faster than you would think.
Yeah.
And even though the stats don't show it, the active hands, the active feet, like like he's.
You love the physique. Yeah. Like he's a specimen, really.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. Even with, I know, a prospect you love, Jason Owe, haven't been playing football for that long, so you like their potential to improve. Very.
Shout out to them Africans.
Them Africans, yes. That's the point I was getting to. The Africans, the first generation Americans, and they didn't grow up with the sport and introduced to it later than some of their other counterparts, right?
Yeah. It's like their dad wasn't out there throwing the football.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's and and I like Kwity Paye just because I think even though there's like an Aziz Ojulari who is ready to stand up and play that 3-4, I just think that Kwity Paye being a guy from the Northeast, I think just regionally it makes sense. I think Robert Saleh, I think that I just think that kind of fits the mold of the type of guys he looks for, because he's somewhere between a Solomon Thomas and a Nick Bosa. So to me, it's like he's like, whatever, I can put him wherever I want. We'll just figure it out once we get him here.
Yeah. Just bring him into camp and
So Kwity Paye.
And even me, at 24, the Pittsburgh Steelers are picking the pick.
I hardly knew it.
I have them taking Zaven Collins out of Tulsa, the linebacker / defensive end. I really like the prospect for his versatility, and I don't know the young man, but I like the character. I seem to like the person. Yeah. He seems like a football. He's very intelligent and committed to football, and just a smart player. He came away in the awards season with like the Nagurski and Lombardi. He won 2 of the major trophies, 2 of the major defensive trophies I know. And I just think he's so versatile that he can't fail. That honestly, I bring him in, and at maybe that 3-4 outside position that's been vacated by Bud Dupree. But even if he doesn't excel there, he could feasibly be an inside linebacker in your 3-4 defense.
I don't like it.
I know you don't like it.
I don't like it because to me, I don't like why break the mold. It ain't ever happened before. Why is it gonna happen now? Why is 6'5" defensive end looking dude gonna be a defensive?
Because he has plenty of film in college.
At Tulsa,
playing on the inside.
At Tulsa.
Yeah.
To me, Jason Owe playing at Penn State, running what he runs, I'd rather roll the dice with that personally. And especially being a Penn State guy and being Pittsburgh Steelers, I just think that athleticism is like, to me, it's like, I got J.J. Watt. Teach him to be, because guess what? He's bigger, stronger, faster than you. Just talk to him a little bit, and he'll be better than you.
But Zaven Collins tested out exceptionally athletic for his size and his weight. Just not always freakish level or whatever he had, but he's a plus athlete for the position and for his size, Zaven Collins, yeah.
But, but the same, to me, if you want to knock Zach Wilson for his level of competition, then you got to knock him as well.
He was a national award winner, though. It recognizes the best linebacker in college football.
So that means no, you refuse?
No, I'm saying we know that, but we have the objective measurables to what he is physically. Is it that we're saying he's not going to be able to perform when he gets to the next level, where those physical traits have? I just think that you know me. Yeah. I draft potential 5-star, and to me he's 4-star. And I said
to me, you can't shake your head on what I think.
And let me just point out, that's what this first round is about, 5 stars. So there's just a difference of opinion.
Yeah.
I see, without a doubt, a 5-star to me. Without a doubt.
I don't. Yeah. I don't, just because to me, it's like I'm as impressed with him as I was with Leighton Vander Esch, but I didn't even like Leighton Vander Esch in the first round.
I'm way more impressed with his position versatility, and because his quickness and flexibility, that's why he can play inside and outside. I think
that he's a freak athlete who got the opportunity to show his talents because he had a willing coaching staff. That's like, he is the best athlete on the team. So if he wants to play middle linebacker, he can play middle linebacker. Yeah. If he wants to play outside linebacker, he can play outside linebacker. If he wants to play defensive end, if he wants to play defensive tackle, it's like, because it doesn't matter, because on this team, he's better than everybody on this team at those positions. But when you go to Penn State and you got a Shaka Toney and you got a Micah Parsons, you don't have that. You know what I'm saying? To where Jason Awai, it's like it's like we got a 4-5 guy here, a 4-4 guy here, and me running 4-3. We're all running at the quarterback. Only one of us can get there. You know, and to me, I just feel like I think Jason Awai, like the fact that he learned football late, like we were talking, to me, the same thing with Kwity Paye applies to him, and I think the lack of injuries is why I would put him up there, just because I love the speed off the edge. It's like, and to me, playing inside, I can get somebody later inside, and I think that he's better inside. I like him as an inside-outside linebacker, either or in a 3-4. Yeah. But I like him as a second-round pick, and I could not fathom. But that's me.
Yeah, that's you.
That's me.
So when I say 5-star, I'm talking about has all the physical talents, height, weight, speed, all the measurables, check the boxes, and then also has the college production. I think you could feasibly knock Zaven Collins for not having the college production because he played at a lower level.
But to me,
but he excelled to the highest of heights that you could possibly excel at that level.
I just think that I've seen guys with better numbers. They're not as big and as they're not as NFL. They're not prototypical NFL guys like he is. But to me, it's like, at that size, I wanted more pass rush ability, more tackle for loss. Like, to me, and it's like, and it's like he's very good at everything.
Yeah.
But I don't think that he's like great at anything. And I just think that it's like he's a great Tulsa player. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he's great in that division. But to me, it's like, if he played, like, I think if he played at a bigger school, then he would be okay. Like, he'd still be an NFL player, but we wouldn't be talking about him as a first round pick.
I think whatever school he played at, he's still an elite. At Alabama,
like, if he went to Penn State, he wouldn't play.
No, if he's at Alabama, he's one of the most athletic linebackers.
But I'm saying, if he's at Penn State with Shaka Toney, Micah Parsons, and Jason Away, he ain't playing.
Disagree. I look at Zaven Collins as a can't miss prospect. I look at Jason Away as a boom and bust prospect, because Zaven Collins is elite physical talent, elite production. I'm like, to
me, it's like, when you're that big and that strong, I don't think he's that violent a hitter as big as he is, to where it's like, to me, if you're that much bigger than everybody else doing what you're doing, I want you to be killing people. Like, to me, it's like, it's not like Urlacher, like how Urlacher's just like, when he played at New Mexico, it's like, oh man. Yeah. It's like, it's like, I don't care if he's a safety. I don't care if it's like, this man can ball. And to me, it's like, I kind of feel like the way you're talking about Zaven Collins is in an Urlacher type of way. And to me, it's like, I just consider, to me, he's way closer to Leighton Vander Esch than he is to Brian Urlacher.
Then my perspective is different. I think he's way more close. I think he's comparable to Urlacher. He was a Nagurski Lombardi.
What does that mean?
It means everybody thought he was the best.
Joe, let's go through the Nagurski awards and see how many of those guys are great linebackers.
And also, it's like in the butt kiss.
But he's not a first round pick. Yeah, you expect him to be.
Yeah, I expect him to be.
You expect him to be.
But also, I just don't want to go list and knock guys who, they didn't success, but they were second round, third round picks. We knew they weren't going to be good.
No, but the thing is, I'm not saying he's not going to be good. I'm just saying, at 6'5", 260 pounds, how many inside linebackers have been great at that size before? If it's never happened before, it's probably a reason, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm going off of. And that's what I'm saying is why I don't like him as a first round pick, because I haven't seen it happen before. It's like, I don't like 6'6" quarterbacks. It's like, I don't like 6'10" linemen. I don't like 6'7" defensive linemen. I don't like 6'7" interior offensive linemen. I don't like 6'6" tackles. Like, it's like, to me, at a certain point, you can be too tall. to play a certain position. It's like, even with me, like, it's like, I know you can shake your head, but I said I believe that you can be too tall to play certain positions.
I didn't shake I don't disagree with that at all.
I feel like I don't want a 6'4" corner. Like, you know, I don't want a 6'5" safety. I just don't. Like, it's like, to me, it's like, it was hard. Like, as much as I love Justin Herbert, you know, I had the 6'6" hate for him. Right? Yeah. It's like, you know, and I just because it's like, because to me, it's like the way that people draft is because somebody reminds you of somebody that you've seen do something great before. Yeah. It's like, and to me, if the thing is with Zaven Collins, everybody's like, oh, he runs a 4.4 and he jumps this high and does this. I'm like, why all the lies? Like, why all the lies? It's like, just let the man just come here and ball out.
That's what people do. I don't know why people do it, but my thing is, like, to me, Zaven Collins, there's guys that come along and are special. To me, he's obvious. It just jumps off the page to me that he's special and he's going to be successful regardless. I would jump on the table for this player. You know what I'm saying? Okay. He's that guy for me. Yeah.
All right. To me, it's my whole thing is just like, if I wanted a 3-4 outside backer, I don't think he's gonna get sacks like Jason Watt. And to me, it's like, and he's
like, he got this season, like Jason Watt got this season. Oh, shots.
Hey, who's the best run stopper in college football at defensive end? Jason Watt. You know, Daniel Hunter. That's his NFL comparison.
Yeah,
he's bigger.
And I don't want,
like, to me, it's like, and the thing is, and also, and if you want to look at pass rushing success, like, you know, how many sacks did George Selvey have over JPP? But who's the better player? Like, you know, it's like, you know, it doesn't always work out that way. Just because you get sacks doesn't mean you're better. No, like, Greg Russo had 15.5 sacks. Jalen Phillips had 8. Yeah. Who's better though? Like, you know, it's like, so I know what I know. Like, you were just saying to say it, but I'm ready, Joe. I'm ready. I'm so ready. Okay. All right, let's go ahead. Let's move around because we still got about 8 more picks to go. Joe, I'm going with Jacksonville right now. Okay. Jaguars, they need a little bit more protection for the homie because he's frail, he's tall, he's skinny, and he needs help. Trevor Lawrence needs some help. He built like a wide receiver. Yeah. Like, you know, it's actually, he's built like a great senior in high school prospect and quarterback. That's
like, even if you're a wide receiver, we need you to put on 15 pounds.
Yeah. All right, but I do think that this is where Alex Leatherwood goes.
I think
it makes sense just because you have Robinson over there and you have success with him, and he's been to the point to where you franchised him. To where you like him enough at left tackle, and where you have success with him at left, why not get the bookend? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Why not get another Alabama guy? And if you're Urban Meyer, don't you want to play it safe? Go get the guys that you know, because I'm pretty sure if Alex Leatherwood played at Alabama, you recruited this guy. Yeah. You know, like Trevor Lawrence, you recruited this guy. Yeah. You know these guys. You know they mamas. You know all that stuff.
You been in their living room.
Yeah, you there. You up in there.
Spin that game.
Yeah, it's like, so I just think that Alex Leatherwood would make sense. In just in case they want to move on from Cam Robinson, like after this season, then maybe he can swing over to left and say if Jawan Taylor finally decides to show up and be a good football player like he was like his sophomore year in college. He hasn't been that good ever since. But I think that Jawan Taylor will easily get beat out by Alex Leatherwood, and any upgrade at right tackle would be a spot. And I think that Jawan Taylor is a great swing tackle to have, but he does. You need to protect this man. He's skinny as hell. He's skinny as hell, Joe.
Leatherwood, worst case scenario, is a starting right tackle to me. And I think potentially could develop into that left tackle. I think he's tested very well athletically, so I can see that definitely.
All right, Joe, what about them Cleveland Browns?
26 Cleveland Browns, I have them going
to the toilet bowl. Taking the Browns to the toilet bowl.
Grabbing the cornerback Greg Newsome out of Northwestern. I think at this point, maybe because he's the best outside cornerback available at this point. I think rated by many as the best outside corner. Measured over 6 feet, ran sub 4.4, so he has those first round measurables.
And I'm one of those guys that, to me, after those three, all y'all cats from here till the 4th round are the same to me, bro. It's like for real. Like for real. Like, it's like, to me, it's like Kelvin Jones could drop me in the 4th. I'm like, I don't really like you like that. Like, it's like, but some people have me going in the 1st. I'm like, not me, dog. Not me. Like, you know, because a guy like I've told you, like Benjamin St. Juste, that's my guy. I'd love him in second day. 6'3", like great hips. Like, for being a tall guy, he's not he's not long. He doesn't run long-legged. Yeah. And being a Canadian, you know, he looks like he knows what he's doing out there. You know, he's like, I'm out here because I've been hearing about this man in Pittsburgh, went to Notre Dame, Chase Claypool. I'm the greatest bright-skinned Canadian out here.
He wanted that smoke. That's why he's doing
he
this.
don't want this smoke. Yeah, he's like, I went to Michigan. They made me retire from football, and I wasn't feeling that. Right? Didn't he go to Michigan to start off? I think
so. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he was recruited as a wide receiver, and then he moved to cornerback, and went to Minnesota and been balling.
Ran like great shuttle times, like epically quick shuttle times.
Yeah, so for a 6'3" corner,
for a 6'3" corner, that's elite quickness, short area quickness.
And to me, it's like if you love Surtain, then you should really love him. If you can't get Surtain in the first round, it's like maybe you need to reach on that man. Yeah. So, and to me, like because like I said, as soon as that second round starts, I don't know what corner's going where. Pick your favorite guy. Pick your favorite guy. Yeah, because it's like it's a crapshoot. It's like I know who the second day guys are, but
I don't know
that the guy who's going first could be the last guy taken. It could be Paulson Debo could be the first corner taken on the second day of the draft, or he could be the last one taken out. Or Marco Wilson could be the first guy taken, or he could be the last guy taken. You know, it's like there's no telling. Ain't no telling. All right, Job. So you just went Newsom with them Brownies.
Yeah, you got 27,
them Ravens. Them Ravens. They have that number 27 pick. I got them going with Rashad Bateman.
Okay.
I got him going with Bateman. Let's go ahead and get the boy Jackson some help. Lamar. Lamar, he needs it. Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews, he out here, but he just a tight end. Not just a tight end, but let's get some help on the outside. And I do think that if you add Bateman to that team, there's a possibility where you might move on from one of the receivers you have, but that's fine. That's fine, unless you want to keep 6 wide receivers, which you probably could. But James Prochet, Devin Duvernay, Miles Boykin, they picked up a couple of guys. They picked up Sammy Watkins. They got Malcolm, they got Hollywood Brown.
Marquise Brown,
Hollywood Brown. And so that it's like if you were to add a Rashad Bateman, I think that's a legitimate flanker receiver. Like, you know, and to me, Sammy Watkins, it's like, whatever, man. It's like, you know, I want to believe in you, but you are Sammy Watkins. So I need to have a contingency plan. It's like, no disrespect.
You'll be healthy,
I'm not saying I don't believe you'll be good. I'm saying I don't believe you'll be healthy. This ain't a hate on your talent. This is a hate on your health.
Yeah, but that's what the Ravens need to do is get Lamar some more weapons that can work on the outside just so he can expand the areas of his field that he throws to now.
Yeah, and it is a deep tackle draft, and I know they did lose Orlando Brown Jr. to Kansas City because he wanted that left tackle spot. Shout out to KC. I don't know if I like him at left side, but hey, do your thing, man. It's like he cried, he got his way, now he gonna get paid. You know, it's like now beware. You might get exposed. It's like now, but he played well on the left side when didn't they move him to the left side when Stanley got hurt? And that's what his gripe is about. Whatever, because you knew you wasn't going to beat out. Because you knew you couldn't take the job from Ronnie Stanley, and there's no way you're going to give 2 people left tackle money. Because the thing is, if right tackles could get paid like left tackles, then he'd stay there. He wouldn't have been mad. It's a money thing. It's a money
definitely
thing.
A money thing.
He's like, and what? Because I don't even think, did his dad ever even play left tackle? I thought his dad was always a right tackle. It's like my eye. I'm sorry.
That's
sorry. It's like you know, Orlando Brown. He can come after me because I know I can run out. I can outrun him. I've seen you 40 times. Seen you 40 times, baby. It's like even with the bad knee. Let's go. I'm gonna get you. It's like I'm going against Baby D. It's like I got this. All right, Joe. Number 28. You got them Saints.
I have the New Orleans Saints taking defensive back Javon Holland out of Oregon.
Now,
Javon Holland, 6'1", 205, safety. I have them playing like a single high.
He's like it's like what they wanted Kenny Vaccaro to be, but never became.
A ball hawk. He's probably the best ball hawking safety in this draft. So if you want somebody to try to plug into that role, Javon Holland's your best bet to develop. And I think that's an area of need for the Saints right now.
Right on. And to me, I could see them drafting him here as a corner. Just because I like him better than the corners that we were talking about to play corner.
Greg Newsom who went 2 picks ago.
Yeah, for real. And like whenever you did that pick, I'm like, I would have drafted him over Greg.
Yeah, I just don't think a lot of teams are so bold as to draft him just to develop.
You know, I could see that though. I wouldn't be shocked if somebody said, "Nah, I like you better than Greg Newsom. You a corner, you a safety." It's like whatever. Let's go. It's like because it's like your measurables are more comparable to these elite guys that we're drafting 1, 2, 3 as far as our corner guys go. Let's roll with you. Maybe even Caden Stearns can move to corner. It's like I like your athleticism. Like, let's go. Let's move all these athletic guys into where they need to be.
Guys that can cover. Give me 5 guys that can cover.
Yeah, it's like because the film shows it. You know, well now. The film doesn't show it for Caden Stearns. It definitely shows it for Javon Holland. Yeah, because and to me, it's like I've always said, it's like his ability to defend the slot just lets you know it's like this guy is a defensive back. He can put him wherever you need him to play, and he's ready. Yeah. He's ready. Now I would not like to play him in the nickel because that just means that I'm not drafting well enough to where I can put him to just lock somebody down.
It's not great value.
Yeah. And to me, it's just like because if you're that tall and you have nickel skills, that means you're just a lockdown corner. Yeah. That's like So to me, it's like his nickel skills just to me means he's a lockdown corner.
You should be playing on that.
It's outside, like, and to me, it's like, and if I like Cleveland, Cleveland should really consider, like, to me, anybody who's drafting Greg Newsome needs to really, 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 really think about
developing
and think about. And to me, it's not because to me, I think that football, especially defensive backs now, it's almost positionless now to where it's like. Because you want to cover the best guy anyway. Yeah. So don't you just want? It's like, and if you're a baller, it's like. What slot? I'm following him. Yeah. I'm covering him. Yeah. I'm stopping him. Yeah. And I feel like that's Javon Holland. Yeah. And I feel like, I could definitely see. I would hope a team would be bold enough to make that move because I really think that he is the number 4 cornerback in the draft. Yeah. Now, as far as safety goes, like I think that Thorpe Award winner Trayvon Moehrig. Yeah. Like being a Thorpe Award winner would be in consideration to be an actual safety if you didn't already have corner needs. So with them having needs at corner and safety, it makes more sense to go with a guy who can play both than a guy who has a bad back as well. Yeah. Now it's reported bad back. He still jumped and he still timed pretty well. Lower vertical than I would like for a guy who can play corner, but that's why he is safety. Yeah. That's why he is safety. So Moehrig is but the thing is, the only way I see Javon Holland going over Moehrig is if somebody's like, oh no, my man's a corner. Yeah. Please believe it.
Yeah. If you have that philosophy where I just need 5 guys that can cover, I could see you falling in love with Holland in that scenario. Yeah.
All right, at that 29, I got Green Bay finally giving Aaron Rodgers a smile in the first round of the draft.
Okay.
It's like. Elijah Moore from Ole Miss. Yes. He's going to get a slot weapon. A weapon. A weapon.
Something he hasn't had a receiver shaped like this in a while.
Yeah, this is like, it's like, what if Randall Cobb was slimmer and faster? It's like, not the punt returns, but this guy, it's like he's, if you want to talk about former Ole Miss receivers, he's like a smaller, better route running version of Mike Wallace.
Yeah, just they're both speed guys.
Speed guys, but I think that he's more developed as a receiver than what Mike Wallace was. Mike Wallace is more like fast, gone. And this guy's actually he's skilled to the where it's like I know that my buddy who listens to the Titans podcast with Taylor Lewan.
Yeah, busting with the boys.
Yeah. He's always talking about A.J. Brown was on there talking about like pounding on the table for Elijah Moore.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. That's the home.
Well, even me, like Elijah Moore, I judged receivers and quarterbacks by like.
Oh, you drafted him as a sophomore before he as soon as DJ Metcalf and A.J. Brown were gone. Yeah. You drafted him, right?
Yeah, I drafted him because I thought he was going to break out as one of the best receivers in the country. He really broke out a year later than I predicted him to break out.
If it was a keeper league, it's like, ooh, he'd be awful.
Yeah. But I like him because he's been a baller since day one he stepped foot on the field. I have no doubt he'll be a successul NFL player. And I think now
with Rodgers.
With Rodgers. But I think he now made himself the number one I guess I was going to say slot.
Well, slot outside of Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle is because to me Jalen Waddle is a slot / return specialist. Yeah. But to me it's like after Waddle's different. It's like he's in his own league kind of. Because Jalen Waddle doesn't even have to play wide receiver his rookie year, and he will help your team win games.
Yeah. But I like as a receiver. I don't think that to me they're in the same league as.
To me, as a receiver, as a receiver, I might even give Elijah Moore a slight edge. Slight edge as a wide receiver. Yeah. But the one thing that I have to give Waddle credit for is like. Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, like Devontae Smith, like you were competing with snaps with all these guys, and even on these days where you didn't touch the ball on offense, you made your presence known, felt, and you were feared.
You came in as a true freshman and contributed, and so they couldn't keep you off.
Because did you see I did my PFF mock draft, and I posted it on Facebook. Okay. All A's. All A's. All A's.
Oh, really?
Because you have to go through the whole draft.
I've done it before. I've never got it. It's hard.
A minuses. No. All A minuses. I got A minus.
No,
for the Cowboys.
Honestly, if I've done it before, I've probably got
all A's
C's on the time.
All A's.
They give me C's, but I'm like, you just don't understand how smart I am.
And to me, it's like, and I did it. I'm like, see. Y'all know. Yeah. Y'all know. It's like first off, y'all hating because y'all know some of those some A pluses. Yeah. It's like one of those might be a B plus, but it's like, but y'all hating just because it's like this dude's too good. We don't want to blow his head up too much. Yeah. I'm like, but I'm a giraffe expert. Yes. You know this, man.
I get it now. Yeah, I get it.
All right, Joe. All right, let's go ahead and speed through these last 3 picks,
okay,
Joe.
I have number 30, the Buffalo Bills, grabbing the only running back that goes in our first round mock, Najee Harris out of Alabama. Bills, the only thing they're missing as a team is a effective running game, consistent running game. Mm-hmm. Maybe draft interior offensive line, but a running back.
I think this late in the first round, it makes sense to draft a running back, especially when you have your pick of any running back in the draft. Mm-hmm. When you have somebody like Josh Allen, it's like they did a great thing last year by getting Stephon Diggs to make him better. Add a running back like Najee Harris who can help him catch the ball out of the backfield, physical presence in that cold Buffalo winter, and he'll be the best running back they've had, probably since Thurman Thomas. Yeah, no disrespect to Fred Jackson, the homie. Throw them L's up.
I think we're missing.
But Marshawn Lynch,
LaShawn McCoy.
He wasn't a great Bill. Okay. Like, he's a great football player. He's a Rolling Stone. Maybe. It's like, wherever he lays his hats is home. Like, it's like, to me, it's like, well, the opportunity to draft somebody, grow somebody, develop somebody. Because LaShawn McCoy came from Philly. Yeah. So, all right. But I do like that pick. And I like it more than Etienne just because when you run in snow, you want the bigger physical back. Yeah. And to me, until this season, Etienne, he wasn't that great a receiver to me.
Yeah.
And this year it's like people are like, oh, but Etienne is like, no, y'all just say that because he's fast and now he finally catches the ball. Yeah. But it's like, but there used to be times where Dabo would pull him and he told him straight up, he's like, if you went pro right now, you'd be a second round pick because you can't block. Yeah. It's like, oh, you'd be a second round pick because you can't catch. Yeah. It's like, and Dabo be blowing up his dudes. Yeah. He did not blow up Etienne. But he said he was shocked to see him come back, though. Yeah, he was shocked. He's like, oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. I guess I got in his ear, dog. All right, bet. Now, Buffalo Bills at 31, they had another pick. I'm sorry. You just had the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, Baltimore Ravens. Yeah. Baltimore Ravens, they had a pick. They had a pick at 27 with Rashad Bateman. And I have them going with Azeez Ojulari out of Georgia. Mm-hmm. Let's get another SEC linebacker in there who can run around, make some plays on the outside. Mm-hmm. I know the Ravens' MO, they usually like to they don't care how big you are. They just like to put you, whoever can rush the passer, they put you out there at 3-4. So to me, I wouldn't even be shocked if they went with Jason Awai right here. But I just think that Ojulari just having the experience of standing up, running around, it's like that. And the sacks are there, and it's in the SEC. Yeah. And to me, even the only reason why I didn't say that Pittsburgh should have drafted him over, because I would take him over Zaven Collins. I definitely would. And I just because if you have that type of tackle for loss production, sack production as a sophomore, redshirt sophomore, at Georgia, it's a traditional powerhouse of guys who continually do stuff. And for him to leave this early, it's like he's just scratched the surface on what he's able to do. So that's a guy that I would also put over Zaven Collins myself. And to me, I think that the Zaven Collins, the thing with him, he makes the most sense for Pittsburgh. He makes more sense for Pittsburgh than anybody else, which is why I could see why you put him there. Yeah. And to me, with Ojulari, they probably have a bad taste in their mouth for Jarvis Jones. Like, oh, we don't do Georgia linebackers.
No. I would never mock Azeez Ojulari going to Pittsburgh. To me, Baltimore, they want a guy who's going to be strictly outside. So you understand where I'm coming from. Yeah,
definitely. Okay.
32, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They coming off a Super Bowl. They have the luxury of just picking anybody, just to bolster their ranks. Kind of. I had them going Carlos Basham out of Wake Forest, the defensive end. I think they need best bet is to fortify either the offensive line or the defensive line. So if they went offensive line, I wouldn't be mad at them. Yeah. Basham, because I think he's in that style of a JPP as far as the girth. And JPP plays with his hand in the dirt a lot. So I think if he goes to Tampa Bay and he's rushing passer, he will get a chance to play with his hand.
My thing with Basham, he surprised me with the way he performed at his pro day. Because to me on film, he reminded me of Daquan Bowers, to where because I think a lot of it was because I don't think that he played as well this past year as he did pre-COVID. But 2020, thumbs up or thumbs down. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. And to me, it's just Jason Wise athleticism. It's like it's been proven throughout the NFL. Like people who perform well at these drills end up being great football players. They just do. And it's like, and to me, like I said, it's like. It's like you play at Penn State and y'all getting y'all's asses whooped, man. You ain't no sack opportunities, man. Ain't no sack opportunities. Y'all just getting y'all's asses kicked every week. And like
I say,
always big person ain't show up. We're supposed to hold it down.
Always an outlier with his testing, but Basham, to me, he earns first round merit because of his testing. Because if you do height, weight, speed, he does really test out as a plus.
But the thing is, the drop off from his junior to his senior year doesn't bother you at all.
He still finished with 5 sacks in 6 games.
5 sacks is not a lot. Wait, in 6
yes, 5 sacks in 6 games.
He only played 6 games this year.
Yes.
Are you sure about
5
that?
5 sacks in 6 games.
ACC had a full season,
but he only played 6 games. I'm pretty sure it's 5 sacks in 6 games.
All right, Joe. I'll
the draft experts stands by the idea that
don't do that. We need a stat boy if you're gonna start doing this.
We need a stat boy.
All right, Joe. All right, now we only got 5 more minutes to go. Do you want to go with boom bust overrated, or do you want to go favorites? If we want to go real quick.
Boom bust overrated.
All right, boom bust. All right. My boom bust pick is Jamin Davis from Kentucky.
Okay.
6'4". 235 pounds, little light in the ass for a guy who's supposed to be an inside linebacker. I think the talent is there. I wish I would see it one more season. But Kentucky linebackers have a tendency to always outperform their college expectations.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing he has on him. But he's just slender of frame. It's like there's some guys where I'm like, oh, please just be 6'2". Please just be 6'2". It's like, oh man, you as lanky as I thought. To where it's like it's like being tall isn't always great. It's like it's not always a good thing. And to me, that's why I think the boom bust is 1 year wonder.
Yeah, that's my thing with him. 1 year wonder. It's like, well, Kentucky isn't getting like blue chip recruits out of this. Why did it take so long to get that much playing time? Yeah.
All right, now who is your boom bust?
I'm gonna go with Greg Rousseau just because I think he's one of the bigger names out there that's getting some first round consideration.
He's the only guy who I think is showing up to the draft that I don't think will get drafted in the first round.
Yeah. And with me, I think just he doesn't have the explosion you would want as an edge rusher, but I think he has really good strength, and I predict him to get bigger and stronger as he gets older. So to me, even a bust is a guy that's he have to play him on the inside. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That type of guy. That's a bust to me. He's not going to be your premier edge rusher.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, but now and he reminds me, like I've said before, like Quentin Coples.
Yeah.
Quentin Coples is a great college player, and he just took advantage because he was way quicker than everybody when he played on the inside. But once he got to the outside NFL, these premier athletes who are 6'6" and run just as fast as you and can mirror everything you do, it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
You can't win in
All right, my overrated, Job, is going to be Trevor Lawrence. I know I don't need it. That's it. I'll leave it there. I've bothered him enough. It's like you got a chip on your shoulder now.
Yeah.
How about that, Trevor Lawrence?
I know you listen, Trevor.
Yeah.
I'm between you all week. Well, I'll go another quarterback. Well, I'm going to go with Mac Jones.
Who?
Mac Jones.
Well, I've been on his bandwagon from jump, so I can't.
Well, it's just me. I'm not I'm about 5 stars. I'm like, there's a group of quarterbacks that are more physically talented than you. By all means, you're a first round pick, but I don't put you in consideration for that top 5.
It's like, I see how you're safe.
Yeah.
But like I said, but if he's 6'4", he's Matt Ryan, Joe.
But Matt Ryan will be, if he never met Kyle Shanahan, we wouldn't be saying the player that he is today. That's my opinion. But
maybe that's what Kyle Shanahan sees. He's like, oh, it's like if he was an inch taller, he better Matt Ryan.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But to me, don't go around drafting quarterbacks because you think
they're going to
outsmart everybody.
No.
Don't think I'm drafting because he's going to be the smartest guy in the room. When now you see one of these guys, Justin Fields or Trey Lance, is balling out and they have more physical talent and they're playing just as smart as that guy would play.
Yeah, and like I've said before, as far as my underrated, well, actually, you want to go with your underrated guy real quick?
Yeah, underrated. I'm going to go Terrace Marshall because most given years I could see him being considered top half of the first round, and now it doesn't even seem like it's going to be a first round pick to me.
And I just think and I think the only reason is just because, do you like him more than Elijah Moore?
I don't like him.
But people should. Which y'all 6'3" love it. Yes, 200 pounds. Why is it this time y'all don't like this guy? Exactly. It's like now you like him more. To me, Bateman, he's like, I just need to be a bigger flanker than Devontae Smith, so I'm going to drop all the way down to 190 and run as fast as I can because I'm still going to be 25 pounds bigger than him. Like, so it's like, to me, your agent is smart as hell, and you killed it with that. So it's like you get the snaps. You know what I'm saying? He did it. But but St. Juice, he's my underrated guy. I wanted to go ahead and I've talked about him enough. I don't need to elaborate. But Benjamin St. Juice from Minnesota, Michigan transfer. That's my underrated. You got your small school standout, Joe.
Small school standout. I'm going to go with Dwayne Eskridge from Western Michigan.
Western Michigan.
I think he could develop into an elite slot receiver at the next level. He has the speed and quickness to be that. He's not lacking anything as far as just talent for a slot
it's receiver. It's like if you're looking for a Tyreek Hill type, he's in there. Yeah. He's in there. Now, my small school guy is going to be Jalen Darden from North Texas. Okay. That's my guy. I've done the PFF mock draft, and my whole thing is just like, if I don't get Jalen Waddle, there is no telling where Darden will go anywhere from third to fifth round. It's like, and the thing is, like, anytime I've tried to play that draft game, anytime I try to play the game, it's like he's gone by the fifth. Okay. So it's like I didn't even try to play that game. So Cowboys, if you don't get Jalen Waddle, please go get the boy. Yeah. Get a guy named Jalen to play slot. Please.
Waddle.
All right, Joe. And sleeper, and we done. My
sleeper, I'm going to go with Jabril Cox. I think he can end up being a star. Jabril Cox, the linebacker from LSU.
He might be a Fred Warner clone.
Yeah. He might we're speaking about one of the elite linebackers in the game and possibly the best coverage linebacker in the game. He could end up being that, and he won't go in the first round. Yeah. Maybe not.
He covers like a safety.
Yeah, like a safety. Yeah. He's just lacking maybe run-stopping skills, but maybe he could develop.
I think if he was a little bit bigger, it's like, but to me, he's a Fred Warner type of starter kit. Like, he's got the length. Now, he's a lot taller. I think Warner was like 6'1", 6'2", and he's like 6'3". Yeah. But it's like, Fred Warner is a long-armed dude who makes plays. Yeah. All right, my guy is Brandon Eccles from Kentucky. Right. A lot of people don't even have him getting drafted, but to me, the way he tested, I don't believe that. You can't run that fast and be that athletic unless you're just going to punch him off flopping on a football play.
And you like him as a nickel corner?
That ain't right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right, Joe. Draft show. Draft experts.
2 hours.
That's us.
2 hours for you.
Put that flavor in your ear. I'll open your ear hole like Craig Mack 95, baby.
Rest in peace.
Thank
you for tuning in with the Giraffe Experts. We really enjoyed and appreciate you. Tune in next week, same Giraffe time, same Giraffe channel, and we are out.
Peace.
Hey, this is Jordan.
And this is Job. You can catch our show, The Giraffe Experts, every Wednesday from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m.
On our show, you'll be able to hear about sports and entertainment.
It's a sports show, but you can't really just call it that.
So log on every Wednesday. We'll be in Studio 8.
Hey, come check us out. I promise this will be your new favorite show because we are The Giraffe Experts.
Log on!
Jump in.